think we're live. Let me just double check. Here we are, even though my thumbnail still refuses to work. As usual, the thumbnail will not cooperate. Maybe it's just taking a bit. That's okay. Okie dokie, Schmokey. Yo, ability was good. What's going on, man? All right, I think we're live. I think we are officially good. I don't, there's always like a million little settings here and there, and I honestly never know like what I should be setting, tweaking, this, that, the other, and whatever else. It's always something, So what do we want to grind? Well, I want to grind a little. I need to do the priority mission. I guess I'll do that with... I don't need to do that. I would like to do this one, beating the odds with Thor. I'm definitely going to start doing this every week, just because Tachyon Gear is coming back. And I don't have a perfect Thor piece. My Thor piece is okay, but it's not the best. Hey, what's up, Greek? How you doing, man? Greek, what have you been up to, man? Are you still playing that Future Revolution? How's that game going? I stopped playing that game a little while ago. I just couldn't it was just such a slow grind, And like I knew what I was getting into with a mobile game. I had fun with it for, however long. I think I only played it for like maybe a month. And I would say I did have fun for that month that I played it, but honestly, I mean, I'm off it now. I have this is the wrestling takedown that I use. I want to make a video where I get all the wrestling takedowns and then just do like a pure wrestling montage takedowns with some Jerry the King Lawler and JR as the voice drop. That would be pretty funny. Yo, Manand. Ma'anand? I'm probably saying that wrong. I apologize, but what's good, man? How you doing? Yo, you fell out of it, Greek? Yeah, I hear you, man. I mean, it's just, Here's the thing, too, is I wasn't putting any money in. I was cashless. I was a pure free-to-play. So it was, I definitely, having like one main character, I definitely got a little bit up there in strength, but I was playing Spider-Man mostly as my main. I got a little bit up there. I didn't even, the thought of leveling up every single character to 100 actually blew my freaking mind away, I think I got 2 characters. I got Spider-Man to 100, I got Doctor Strange close, and then I got like everyone else to like 30 or 40, I think, somewhere in that range. And just saying like fuck that, Yo, Huaru, what's going on, man? I got it. Yo, good, man. There you go. Been trying to work on my channel. It's doing bad. Hey, man. No, I mean, here's a clue, man. As long as you're doing better than most. What are you trying to cover? Are you also trying to cover Avengers, or are you doing something different, or like what's the focus? And what are you doing with the channel? Is it mostly just like, is it like builds? Is it like helpful information, or is it like just gameplay, or what's the theme there? That I think having that type of focus first will definitely help you get more situated with what you want to do, if you don't have that up front, it's going to be a little harder to stay focused in the in the long term, because you're going to be a little sideways with a lot of stuff, and you're not going to know, and your viewers are not going to know what they're expecting to see when they log in, you know. That's just my 2 cents, but bro, how'd that not hit that guy? When the 30th arrive, you're going to focus on leveling up Spider-Man, do the raid with your 150s first? Yo, that is a great question. I am actually looking to do the raid first. Just once, though. I'm not looking to, like... I'm not going to try to do the raid 1,000 times on every character. I do just want to do the raid first. You know, and I don't think they're tracking anything like world's first completion or anything. But I would like to do the raid as fast as possible the first time, just so I can like get something on Twitter and be like, yo, beat the raid, you know, whatever. Hopefully pretty soon after it actually releases. You know, then I can like answer questions, because I'm obviously going to be live streaming it too. I'm taking that day off of work, I believe, and I'm going to be live streaming it and all that good stuff. So, you know, definitely want to be able to do the raid, get that done, understand the mechanics, and then once we've got one raid clear, then I'm going to move on to leveling Spider-Man. I'm going to get Spider-Man leveled up, try to get a build for him as fast as possible. But, you know, it's tough because I struggle, because I don't know if I want to do a build guide for Spider-Man like as quickly as I can, or do a raid guide. I feel like both of those things, obviously the sooner I can get either one of them out, the better. But I don't want to like rush either one of them, right? I don't, whoa, look at this. Am I doing a takedown through the wall here? Sorry, not to interrupt. What the fuck is going on? I don't want to like just put out, because you know, that happens a lot, and I'm not naming any names, but I know it happens where like you might see like you're gonna see a lot of Spider-Man builds like pretty much right from the get, you know, right when he releases, that are like, yo, best Spider-Man build, and it's literally just gonna be the first friggin' 4 pieces that were 140 that the player put together, cobbled together, and it's hardly even a build. It's just like, oh, hey, here's like a skill that works really well, the end, you know? So I'm not trying to do anything like that. I'm trying to like actually have a focused Spider-Man build, figure out what works, and then try to figure out all of his different legendaries, right? Because he's going to have a lot of unique set gear pieces, and then try to figure out what works, what gear pieces you're going to want to solve for. I'm not trying to like just put out a video as fast as possible, you know? So, you know, it's a mix. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do. But on that same coin, I would also like to do like a raid build, a raid guide, you know, just kind of like all the mechanics of the raid, helping people figure out how to get through the raid their first time if they're getting stuck with the puzzles. I think that would be a really useful video for a lot of people as well. So here's a clue. I mean, all that stuff is coming. It's just a matter of what's coming first, right? And what I'm going to do first. But I think I definitely do want to get Spider-Man leveled up, because I also do want to play as him a lot. And as far as the raid, obviously, we're going to do a ton of raids. I'm not even worried about that. But Spider-Man, I just want to... I'll be happy to play Spider-Man as soon as he comes out, you know? Yo, Nocturno, what's going on, brother? I believe it's going to be this way. Yo, King T'Challa, what's going on, dude? How you doing? I am super excited for the different gear perks that are gonna be coming with the raid. It looks like there's gonna be a lot of really good stuff. A lot of different, you know, good perks, different things. The actual raid perks look really sweet. The Sonic Conduit looks awesome, and the Status Leak looks awesome. Both of those things look extremely good. Oh, speaking of which, I still got my consumables for Spider-Man ready to go, but I will use this one right now. What in the world? Yep. I think I have a good raid build for my Hawkeye. Yeah. Just need to find a team. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. That's going to be one of the things I think people are going to struggle with for sure, which is unfortunate, but it's the, you know, it's not easy getting a full squad to play with in this game, like even if you do know people, and especially when the game actually you know, when the raid actually comes out. I think if you put a gun to my head, I think I'm going to. I'm still a little shaky on who I'm bringing into the raid. Like character wise, I'm bringing into the raid the first time. I was very shaky probably a week ago. Now that they have confirmed the Tachyon Surge is back, I'm about 50-50. Right now, if the raid came out today, I would have to go with Hawkeye. He's my best character, especially with Tachyon Surge coming back. He's far and away my best character for that. But if I get a really nuts piece on Thor before then, I may go with Thor. It's hard to say. Can't play on Spider-Man because I'm on Xbox. Oof, I know, dude. That's the worst. And I mean, it is what it is at this point. I feel you, and it really sucks. But I mean, there's nothing any of us can do. Unfortunately, you know, I still see people like, oh, how come I can't play as Spider-Man on Xbox? And it's like, listen, I feel your pain, but and it's unfortunate because it's not like this was a surprise, right? I mean, we knew this was a thing. They were very clear that it was a PlayStation exclusive from the get, and that has not changed. Their stance on that has not changed, right? So you can't really be mad at them for it still being an exclusive, but it still just sucks. Doesn't mean it doesn't suck, you know.
Okay, that's all of them.
Chilling at work, nice, dude. Going with Hawkeye, Iron Man, or Thor. Those are the big three in my opinion for getting it done. I think any of those three are going to be absolutely bonkers for sure. Thor is going to be the obvious choice of like I almost want to say like for my very first run, I would like to try to find a team of like the other, like my Thor is okay. He's not the best, but I would almost want to find like another team of like the three other best Thors that I know and just literally go through it, 4 Thors, just for like the very first run, trying to like be the first team in the world to complete it. You know what I mean? But we'll see. I mean, it's anyone's guess if that'll even matter. I mean, I'm sure it will matter. You'd be crazy to think that like playing as Thor versus not playing as Thor is not going to matter. But obviously, I think the puzzles are going to be the harder thing versus just pure damage, right? You're going to have to solve some puzzles in addition. Raid guide's a good idea because it's for all players. Yeah, it's true. It's just Spider-Man's so popular that like I feel like I might be missing the boat. I mean, I'll do them both. That's the thing. It's not like I'm not doing both, you know? It's just a matter of which one I'm going to do first, because I'm definitely going to take like those first few days off of work and like really try to grind down on both. I'm going to be playing nonstop streaming, but then also doing some build stuff. So we'll see. We'll see. Tech, Hulk's first for you. Hulk's a great option, man. Especially, I think Hulk's going to be really good with the new raid gear. Because right now, and I don't know if they're going to fix it before then, but Hulk's got if you haven't seen one of my more recent videos, Hulk's got the ability to apply both Sonic and Plasma at the same time. That's really strong, right? And then if with the new abilities, with the Sonic being able to send Sonic outwards to your teammates, that could be really freaking strong. Did we get anything good? Oh, we got a hilt. Nope. No good. It needs to be, you need to see the cosmic. If you don't see the cosmic, forget it. Nope, this is crap too. Okay, well, that's fine. All right, see you later, bucko. All right, and then the only other thing I definitely know I want to do is a 14 floor with Iron Man. Just one for the week anyway. Definitely gonna have to feel out the raid. Well, that's the thing, King, right? That's the thing, is that if I'm gonna go in there blind, I'm gonna bring my number one guy first, right? You got to go with your number one first, and then once you get a feel for the raid, then you can be more comfortable on your lower level characters, right? And I say lower level, like lower min-maxed, you know, not the strongest characters you own type of deal, right? TJ, thank you for that units video. Cosmetic Fender went from 73 to 999. That's what I'm talking about, baby. And I hope you backed a couple more in addition. If I went to the fabrication machine right now, I got so many blues and I'm at 999. So once I spend a bunch, I'm going to get the blues to get it back up. You know, even if they patch it, I still got the blues banked. You know what I'm saying? Want to tank support Kamala, so use the first run. Most people will queue for DPS. I mean, that is a valid build idea. I think Kamala is going to be another one I'm going to work on once I get. She's definitely going to be one that I bring into the raid. Not even because I think she's going to be good in the raid. I'm sure she will be. However, I think she's one of the ones that will benefit most from the raid gear, right? Because with that sonic spread, right? The one where like you can send out the sonic effect to your teammates. I can envision my own build that I already have with Kamala to be that the sonic grab, right? Where you just stay in Sonic at all times while you're squeezing guys. Imagine that, but you're also sending Sonic to the team. That would be insane, right? I think that would be awesome. Let me try one thing. I'm using this piece here. I wanted to see, I have a... Oh, no, this is invulnerability. No, never mind. That's crap. I've got a couple of tachyon pieces for Iron Man that aren't perfect, but they'll work out really nice with damage buff tachyon surge if I can get it going. But we'll see. Going with any character, feel Kamala, at least one's a must. Probably from the beginning. Well, like I said, I mean, if you just go in, I know my Thor is good. My Thor is not the best Thor in the world, but it's a very good Thor. If I can get, you know, and I know some people who have some unbelievable Thors, like you can't even believe how good these Thors are. If I would say my dream team for the very first completely brand new run would just be 4 Thors. I think we're going to be fooling ourselves if we don't think that that's just going to blow through the raid, right? Like, once you know the puzzles, if you're getting stuck on a puzzle and the communication is bad and the team can't, like, coordinate correctly, that's a separate issue. But pure damage, boss fights, whatever, 4 Thors are going to blow the fucking sky off of that fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see how that's going to end up playing out, right? I think 4 Thors are going to have a fucking cakewalk, but it's possible if you don't have that. I think, yeah, you know, at least having one Kamala is just a very good, like, safety net especially for your first time through, right? Just because, like, you don't know what to expect, or maybe like you're playing, you know, or maybe if you're matchmaking, that Kamala would be a good one to matchmake into it with, right? Because you're going to be probably playing with some people who, if it's random, who knows what they're playing, you know, the communication might not be there perfectly, and you're going to need a little more flexibility. That's where you can really go with the heals just to make things a little easier on everybody, right? So that's an option as well. Yo, why to Phoenix? Some time to see tricks on YouTube. Yo, appreciate it, brother. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great night. Thank you guys for coming out. I really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that sub button. It is completely free, and it does support the channel quite a bit. I do have a new video coming out tomorrow. I already did it. It's scheduled to come out. I always schedule my videos to come out at 2 p.m. That's when they always come out. So if I do a video ahead of time, I'll always schedule it for the next day at 2 p.m. So if you ever think, oh, is a Tricks video coming out today? You can always just turn on notifications so that YouTube dings you when it happens. Or you can just check around 2 p.m. That'll be when it'll happen. But I do have one coming out tomorrow that is just kind of like going over the different stuff. And I know you probably all saw the dev stream. But just going over some of the stuff in the dev stream that I'm most excited about and where I think like some of those raid gear pieces. I'm really excited for this raid. I think it's going to absolutely change the game in terms of, in terms of how that's going to, how the game is going to be played. I think it's really going to take a turn from like what people expect to like a much more team-oriented gameplay, right? Which I think is great. So we'll have to see how that turns out, but I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be real good. Bruh. You should add looking for a raid team on Discord. I'm going to. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do all of that. Yeah, I mean, that was honestly, I would love to have an LFG. And yeah, guys, feel free to join my Discord. The link should, it might not be in this video. I usually put the link in my videos, in all my videos. Let me grab you guys the actual link, though. Hang on one second. Okay, try this, guys. Dallas, try this. I don't know why it takes you to the Discord page, the download page, unless you actually are just like, unless it is just going to make you download it. A lot of times it'll say like, oh, open in the app or something like that. Do you have Discord? I guess that's the question. If you don't have Discord, it's probably going to take you to the download page. What about Black Panther in the raid? I mean, possible, I'm sure. I personally think that Black Panther is one of the lower tier characters, but that is by no means saying that he's not going to work. I think he can absolutely work in the raid, but I think he'll be at a slight disadvantage. Not a major disadvantage though, but I think there are better characters. Here's a clue. I mean, I'm going to end up doing the raid with everybody. But who I do it with first are going to be my much stronger heroes, or who I believe are the stronger heroes, and who's also stronger. If you have an amazing Black Panther build, fucking go crazy, man. Like, I'm sure you'll absolutely be fine. But it's just a matter for me of doing it with my stronger heroes, at least until I'm more comfortable with the raid. And then I come from Destiny, right? So playing Destiny, you get comfortable with the raids in that game. You get more comfortable with all the mechanics, and you end up being able to do the mechanics, do the puzzles with your eyes closed once you've done them 10 times. So I think once you get to that point, you start to meme it up, right? You start to do can we do the raid with all goofy builds? That's how it works, right? And things like that. So I think once I'm more comfortable with other characters, then we'll be doing the raid. And I say that it's not going to take a long time. That's going to take a week max, right? But you can do the raid on every character every week. That's a lot of characters. So I'm going to definitely do Thor, Iron Man, Hawkeye. Those are my big three right now in terms of pure damage. Kamala, definitely Kamala. And then guys, Spider-Man. I got to do Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, George Fayers, what's going on, man? Ridley, sorry, I'm trying to catch up on chat. Yo, B Waters, what's going on, dude? Welcome. Ridley, prefer ranged melee. Ranged all the way. Ranged is way better. They even mentioned it on the dev stream that they're trying to make melee better, but they just can't boost it too hard or it's going to screw things up. But no, ranged is way better just for the pure sake of battery effect and ease of getting damage boosts, damage buffs. It's just the better thing right now, unfortunately. Fortunately or unfortunately. But yes, I would go hands down with a ranged build in almost all content right now. Only certain characters really have good melee builds. Hulk is okay for melee, obviously. Kamala can work for melee. Black Panther can work for melee, although he's a little on the weaker side. Cap has an okay melee, but his ranged is also pretty good. And then Thor can melee. He's probably the strongest from melee, just because he can get signature attacks pretty much all the time. By the way, guys, you see how long I'm keeping up this beam, and my intrinsic is hardly going down? It's because I got intrinsic burst basically nonstop, which is pretty sweet. I really like this laser build. I don't care what anyone says. What do you recommend run to boost your gear before the hives? Before the raid. Hives have not got any heroic items with Black Panther. I mean, you could run pretty much anything. I would definitely make sure you run the priority mission. And let me link you, George, real quick, to the site that I use to kind of get a better idea of gear. And this is a site you should definitely have this bookmarked. Everyone should have this bookmarked. This is the Frobones named sets thing. So check out this Google Doc. That'll give you a really good insight into like all the different pieces of gear and where they drop from across all characters. So you'll definitely want to make sure that if there's like an exotic that you definitely think you want, or maybe an exotic that I mentioned in a video or whatever, and you just need to know where to get it, that's a good place to go to get it or to figure it out. Kate's probably going to be your first maid. Kate is great. I like Kate a lot. She can do a lot of sustained damage, especially if you have a good status effect for your scatter shot, and you can get damage buff on scatter shot. I might play as some Kate tonight. After we do this Iron Man run, I'll probably play a little Kate. Because I do like Kate. I like Kate a lot. And if anyone wants to play... Oh, guys, by the way, sorry. I actually went into incognito. So I am actually online. Oh. I am online. Guys, feel free to... if you guys want to play, if you don't already have me, just add me, Tricks Ridiculous. Same exact spelling as my Twitch. Right on PlayStation. I'm on PS5, but obviously if you're on PS4, that works too. If anyone wants to play, I'm down to do some hives, do some villain sectors, whatever we need to do. I'm probably going to try to play a little Kate, maybe a little Hawkeye. But yeah, I was in incognito because me and my girl were playing Guardians of the Galaxy. And I just was like, yo, I don't want to get spammed with messages. Not that anyone like super spams me, but you get what I'm saying. Does targeted buff repulsor with Iron Man have legendary level? Yeah, absolutely, Michael. That's pretty much, well, I'm using an epic, but yeah, it can come legendary. The only difference with a legendary is the actual stats, the precision, intensity, proficiency has a chance to be a little higher. But this is a good roll anyway, so I'm good with it. If I could get a better piece, you know, I would use it, but it's not anything like so groundbreaking that I need to do anything different. So when I'm in Hulkbuster, I like to do two things. I do sometimes like to just spam these. It's good for getting kills like that. The other thing you can actually just do is get right out of Hulkbuster. I know that sounds silly, but you can go into Hulkbuster. It'll refill your health. But if you get right back out of Hulkbuster, you get about 75% of your ultimate back instantly. So it's a good way to just have it as like a get out of jail free. If you take a big hit, get into your super, get your health back, get back out, and now you're good. Why are players intentionally watering down the challenge, running Thor, accident, blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't think it's a matter of watering down the challenge by running Thors, because I think the challenge, hopefully the challenge, comes from the puzzles and having to like communicate a little bit with your team, in addition to, of course, raw damage. But I don't think it waters anything down. I think it's more of just like, hey, if you want to like try to be one of the first teams to do it, I think you'd be crazy not to use several Thors, right? That's just my take. But if you want to just go into it at your own pace and, you know, play what you want to play, then go crazy, man. I mean, obviously play what you want, right? And I got no beef with that either, of course. Jesus, I'm getting smollywomped over here. Yo, and that I saw that friend request. I will accept that in 1 second. La, 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 la. ISO Stormer, ISO Storm Gamer. What's going on, man? Since we know Spider's story is shorter, will he have? Does that mean his story won't? No, it will contain cutscenes. It will contain cutscenes. They've confirmed. It will have cutscenes. It just won't have like dedicated. They don't think it'll have dedicated, or we don't think it'll have dedicated story missions. So it's not like you're gonna go on the map and click like a Spider-Man mission. I don't think it'll have anything like that. It'll have some cutscenes, but I think it's mostly just gonna be like an objective chain, like a mission chain. I think that's gonna be the way they do it. Might plan to run Hawkeye because I have great exotic ranged gear. It has damage buff and tachyon surge. Base. Yo, bro, that's what I got. That's what I got. It's the best thing, and they're unnerfing tachyon surge when the update comes out. So you're gonna be back to how you used to be. That's what I'm using. It's gonna be insane. That's probably the reason I'm coming in with Hawkeye first, unless I get a better Thor piece before then that does the same thing. If I could get targeted buff, targeted tachyon on Thor, forget about it. It's all over. And especially with Cosmic, forget about it. It'll be the most nuts piece in the game. I think that's the most overpowered individual piece that you can get across any character, is exactly what I just described. Targeted buff, targeted tachyon surge with Thor specifically, like that. But I mean, here's a clue. I don't think you need to go that crazy. Like I said, that's probably just going to be for my very first run. If we go through the first run and like once we figure out the puzzles, if we say, you know, the fights themselves, the enemies weren't actually super difficult. It was just the puzzles that were confusing. And now that we've got that squared away, you know, now we're good to play on our alternates or whatever. I think we're going to be okay with that. I think that's going to be absolutely fine because you got to figure at that. Oh no! Oh no! Get away from me, fuckface. Kate's the most fun to play. Can't seem to get a build high DPS. Oh, I'll show you my Kate after this. Right after this run, we'll do some missions with Kate. I think you'll be very happy to see Kate in action. Although I kind of screwed around with my Kate. I haven't played her in a little while. But no, I've got a pretty sweet Kate build. It's got plasma. It's got actually plasma scatter shot, so it works out pretty well. Oh god, I'm gonna die actually. Oh, and I'm suppressed. Oh god. Oh, Kamala! Kamala on the team! Yo, Kamala with the heal. That's actually hilarious. Bro, can we just get this Adaptoid? Actually flying and shooting your laser is the better way to do it in a laser build because you can stay a lot more mobile. ADSing with the laser like I was doing is... It does slightly more damage, but it's a lot less... It's just... It doesn't feel as good because you have to just kind of stand there, you know? So it can get a little sus, you know. Let's see. Yo, Paul, your main's Iron Man, but addicted to Hawkeye, bro. I'm telling you. Targeted buff, repulsor, sonic, laser, legendary. Must be a friggin' unicorn. It's pretty good. I mean, here's the thing. You want to also make sure just getting the top 2 perks is one thing. The bottom perk's actually really nice too. I have this one, Expert Spark, so chance when defeating an enemy with a ranged crit to grant a heroic charge burst. So that's actually really strong as well. Even if I got a legendary version, to get that as well, not as lucky, right? But once you have damage buff, most of your kills are going to be the final blow is going to be with a with a ranged crit. So you see their heroic charge burst, boom, right? So it's going to happen, for sure. The one thing where, like, rockets are a little better for just burst damage. The problem is you can't actually get targeted buff vibranium pieces. So you can't get vibranium rockets with targeted buff. You'd have to get some sort of other version of damage buff to make it work, which is a little unfortunate. It makes it not really work out as well as you'd like. But it's not that bad, honestly. If you still want Vibranium, you can absolutely still do it. It'll still be good. You'll just have to figure out your Vibranium, your damage buff another way. After wiping all mission chains, can exotics drop in any other mission than the last Avenger standing? Yeah, you can get exotics from a lot of places. You can get Tachyon Surge pieces from the rifts. You can get the priority mission gives an exotic. The Mega Hive still gives 2 exotics on completion. The Cosmic Cube event or mission chain can drop an exotic. So yeah, a lot of exotics. Plenty of exotics. Not all exotics are good though. I mean, you got to pick and choose which exotics you want. Believe me, there's a lot of crap exotics out there. Yo, that boy dude, what's going on, man? Was Kamala just waiting for a takedown? Yeah, she'll be all right. Can no one else help her? Come on, bros. Omar Tricks, what do you think is going to win Crystal versus Insomniac Spider-Man costumes? I mean, that's a loaded question, man. I mean, obviously, that's the kind of the direct comparison. It's hard to compare the two games because one is solely a Spider-Man game and another one is a multiplayer live service game that happens to add Spider-Man. I mean, you wouldn't compare Marvel Ultimate Alliance to Insomniac Spider-Man, would you? You know, I think this game in the long run might be better because like they're going to add costumes nonstop, right? They're not going to stop adding Spider-Man costumes to this game. So maybe like in the ultra long term, this game will have more costumes. But I think right off the bat, I mean, the Insomniac costumes are obviously the better ones, right? I don't think you can't really argue that too well. But I mean, we'll see. I don't think it's like. I mean, here's a clue. I mean, the ones that they showed off on the dev stream looked pretty good. If I had to like pick a best one, I think either the classic or actually the noir I thought was really nice. I didn't really like the I don't like an armory Spider-Man. I don't like a Spider-Man that has like a lot of clunky armor on him. I like a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man version of Spider-Man versus like a fucking instant kill, fucking call down the Stark drones. Like that's all for the birds if you ask me. I like a Spider-Man who's a legit Spider-Man, you know? You got Faultless buff on melee with Vibranium and not Sonic. You can get Faultless for the melee. You can get Vibranium. For the ranged piece, you cannot get Targeted and Vibranium on the same piece. So don't even farm for it. It ain't gonna happen. Once Spider-Man comes out, you're not using anyone else, Big B? Yo, bro. You don't have to tell me twice, man. I can tell you that Spider-Man is hands down going to be my main after he releases. I will still play, of course, other characters because you're going to be playing the raid on multiple characters per week, right? You can play. It's not. You guys got to remember the raid is different. And now again, the Omega level threat, but the raid. Let's just say the raid. It's different these days, guys. Once the update comes out on the 30th, you're going to be able to do the raid on every character once a week. It's not going to be limited to just. You don't have to pick which character you do it on. You can do it on everyone once, you know? So it's going to be different in that sense. And so, you know, even though, yes, Spider-Man will probably be my most played character after he comes out, I'm still going to be doing the raid on Ms. Marvel every week. I'm still going to be doing the raid on Thor every week. You know what I'm saying? And I assume you guys will probably do it. It's going to be tough to do it on that many characters, but I'm going to do it on as many as I can anyway. I'm definitely going to do a lot of like raids with subs and all that stuff. So if you're having trouble finding a team, you know, or the teams well, I guess, I mean, there's going to be matchmaking. So you might not have trouble literally finding a team, but you might have trouble finding a good team. Definitely add me. Because we're going to be doing a lot. Basically, my streams are going to be almost exclusively raids once it does come out. I'm just going to be doing raids with viewers. We're just going to do raid after raid after raid for whoever needs a raid, right? Or whoever needs to do it on other characters. It's going to be a lot of grinding. So I plan on getting very, very good at the raid. Understanding all the mechanics and being able to teach them. So that, you know, help you guys out to get your raids done and all that good stuff. Did you see in-game Spider-Man tease the intro? Yeah, I saw they tweeted it. They tweeted it. It looks pretty good. What do I think is web slinging will look like? I mean, it's interesting. I think it's going to be just like he's just going to shoot it. But I think we saw from the trailer that when he hits them with web, they get like webbed up, right? So we'll see what that means. If they have like a constricting animation, or they're going to be like suppressed, right, or something. But we'll see. Bugle Boy skin already owns half of the Insomniacs. Yo, a lot of people like the Bugle Boy. I'll be straight. Personally, Bugle Boy's not for me, but I can see why people like him. Bugle Boy is definitely a good skin. It's just not my personal favorite. I honestly think the classic is my favorite. And then their noir skin actually looks really, really good too. So those two, if I had to like pick two, if you put a gun to my head and said pick two skins, I think it would be those two. But man, I mean, it's close. It's not like any of them are bad. You know what I'm saying? Oh no! Get me in the Hulkbuster. Yo, Tasha, what's up? How you doing, Tasha Williams? Grinding Black Panther to max his champ points. Nice, very nice. Are you a Black Panther main, my dude? You must be, unless you also have other people maxed. Truthfully, I'm not crazy about like maxing skill points. I've already like not done too many. Yo, am I not locking on here? What's going on? Oh, it's good. All right. Personally, I didn't do a lot of the like 4 times weekend, 4 times XP weekend. Like, I know a lot of people grinded like crazy. I've always been very passive on the champion points. When I get them, I get them. They don't provide enough of a benefit to me to grind them like crazy. But, that's just me. You can also do the raid with Thor and Hawkeye. Yeah. Hoping once Spidey is max, I took off from work. Yo, bro, I'm taking the day off of work as well. And probably the next day. I'm going to take the 2 days just so I can like definitely play all night. That'll be sweet. I'm really excited for that.
A shield ally is in trouble nearby and needs your help.
Emergency signal. Assist nearby allies. What the fuck is that? Oh, you know what that is? That's the guy stuck in the door. Ah, fuck him. He'll stay in there. You know why it's saying that? Because I restarted my Assemble campaign. That's why. Yo, here's the one problem with restarting the Assemble campaign. It screws up your home screen. It screws up your home screen because the characters you haven't unlocked in the campaign yet don't show on the home screen. So your home screen ends up looking stupid, unfortunately. Do you think Zavawadi's gonna do in the raid? Imagine Claw overpowering the Avengers opens the portal for magic. He's like, yo, I expect to be blown away by everything they do. I have no clue, but I'm really excited. I think whatever they all end up doing is gonna be pretty awesome. It's crazy that we're gonna have NPCs in the raid like that at all. So I'm super excited for whatever it's gonna end up being. Oh, bro, I dodged all of that. Come on now.
One of their agents is down.
Excuse me, sir. You know, back when the game first launched, your allies wouldn't do takedowns. Do you guys remember that, or did you know that? And it was very frustrating because you were just missing a lot of takedowns. Now your AI teammates can actually just do takedowns, so it's a lot more helpful for stun builds. Yo, sub to Tricks, everyone. Thank you, King Greek. Yeah, Yeah, definitely sub if you haven't already. I would appreciate it if you enjoy the channel. It's completely free. It just lets you guys know when we're on. I feel like they're hiding a lot of Spider-Man. Feel like with how much money Sony gave them, they're gonna knock it out of the park. Bro, they have to. They have to, right? I mean, there's no way that they're not giving him the white glove treatment, right? He's gonna absolutely be the most tailored character they put out. Like, who do you think's gonna get more work done on them? Who do you think got more dev hours? No, like Spider-Man or Kate Bishop. And no offense to Kate Bishop means, but there's no way that they invested as heavily in Kate Bishop as they did for frickin' Spider-Man, you know? I mean, Black Panther definitely got a lot of work done as well, but, and Hawkeye maybe to some lesser extent, but definitely Kate would be like the low, right? So, you know. Wonder if I should go with invulnerability for Kate or pure scattershot damage for the raid. Yo, Chase, I would say, I mean, how are you getting the invulnerability? Are you getting it from scattershot? I've played that build. It's nice. And I don't know, maybe we might be thinking of two different things. But I played a build that was, yeah, it was invulnerability buff on ranged crit, which of course you use with scattershot. So you sacrifice quite a bit on damage, but you actually do quite a bit, you know, of course, on your... Or you stay up quite a bit. You're almost like an anchor for the team, you know? That does work pretty well. I think a pure scatter shot would be really good, especially if you just get it with a warm element. You got to remember that you're going to be playing the raid with a team, right? So the team is definitely going to be applying a lot of status effects, right? If you're playing Kate and, like, for example, I have Plasma on Scattershot, you can also get, obviously, like, Cosmic. I wouldn't recommend... You cannot get... Well, you can get Vibranium, but you can't get Targeted buff, which you need. I wouldn't recommend a Cold Element, and I wouldn't recommend Pim, because when you Pim them, it's harder to hit them. So I would recommend either Cosmic or Plasma. And then once you have that, like if you're playing with, let's say, like a good Iron Man or a good Thor, or just like another, just, you know, a team of 4 in general, like enemies are going to have shock applied to them. They're going to have sonic applied to them. So you're going to just be pretty much, you don't have to, that's the thing, not every character is going to have the battery effect all in their one kit, right? Everyone these days tries to make a build where they apply shock, for example, and then go with the other element on their main attack, so that they get the battery effect themselves from their one character. And that's fine to do, but my point is, like, you're not gonna have to worry about that too much when you're playing in a team of 4, because everyone's gonna be spreading elements, right? Yo, Tech, just added you. Very good. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I will definitely accept all friend requests. We're just coming up on the actually end of this mission right now. What do you have on Iron Man to keep his intrinsic up? Yo, Abyss of Failure, my dude. I've got, let me show you. I am using, right here, Lethal Empowerment. My head might be blocking it, but it should be right above my head. Chance when defeating enemies to get an intrinsic burst. Very easy, very simple, nothing too fancy. That's really the only reason I'm using this piece. The other 2 pieces don't do much. The Berserker Empowerment's okay, landing 16 hits. That does work with the lasers. It comes up, but defeating enemies, if you're just killing a lot of little guys like the drones and stuff and turrets, like that'll trigger very often. And then of course, as you can see, it's just got really good stats. Valor, Precision, Resolve. That's kind of the big 3, right? So with that, it works out pretty well. This piece actually sucks. I don't even know why I'm using it. I'm trying to actually farm for a reactive Jarvis barrier with good stats. And then this is, of course, my targeted buff. So this is where I get my damage buff and lasers do Sonic. The reason lasers with Sonic works is because when you actually do his swipe attacks, the actual swings with the lasers from the ground, it actually does a hidden plasma. So you can actually get automatic battery effect that way. So you can apply Sonic, but then do the plasma, and you're going to be getting those lime green crits. And then this is nothing too fancy. Stats suck, but it's just got Armory, Flare, crit attack damage for all weapons. Obviously, when you're in damage buff, you're getting that 100% extra crit damage, so works really well. What else? Let me just catch up on chat a little bit. Concentrated getting my OLT Hulk, a support build, nice. Easily 3-manned it. Proc Sonic on super adapted, other two burn him down. Nice. Yeah, that's great. That's fantastic. It's going to be even better with the raid gear that you can actually send the Sonic effect to your teammates that are not near the Sonic enemy. So they're going to be topped off on intrinsic and on their heroics. So that's going to work out really nice. You think they're working on She-Hulk? I think they're working on She-Hulk. Yeah, I think She-Hulk's very possibly the next character. I mean, it's hard for anyone to say with 100% certainty, but I think that's a pretty realistic expectation that it's going to be She-Hulk. But I mean, you also never know. I mean, they could come out with who knows what. We haven't really gotten any leaks, anytime in recent memory. So it's hard to say if there's like new things in the game files that people don't know about or whatever else. But I think She-Hulk is the assumed favorite for next person going forward. Very good. So easy peasy. You could see there I was getting those lime green crits at the end because she was sonicked up and I was doing the melee swipes. You get that plasma immediately. So it works really well. Yo, Abyss of Failure, thank you so much for the new sub, man. Appreciate you. Welcome to the Cereal Bowl.
Well done, Avengers.
All right, what do we get? Oh, come on. Boo. Boo. Yeah, that stinks. That piece sucks. All right, let me accept all those friend requests. I got you guys. Oh god, some of these might be a little old. I apologize. All right, so who's interested in grinding? We can do like some hives. If you guys want to do some hives, I'm looking to play as Kate. I'm feeling Kate right now. Yo, Gluten, I got you. Phasma, what's going on? What exactly are signature attacks? Like for Iron Man? So it depends. It'll say in the skill tree. So when you go to the skill tree, it'll actually tell you. So like this one, for example, you can see here, aerial signature attack, right? And this one, no. I think she has one on her heavy. Oh no, this one's a power attack. This one's probably, yeah, so like smokescreen signature attack. So it's really just whatever skill on the skill tree says signature attack under its name, that'll be a signature. Yo, Nocturno, I got you. Found a best pickup for keeping up your intrinsic to set your skills for all kills when overcharge drop an intrinsic. You know, yo, I got you, Bulky. Bulky Ardeur, do I have you? Let's see. Bulky, I got you. So we got 2 more slots. 2 more slots. First names I see in the chat, I'll get you in. Just let me know. Change up my thing. The thing is, I like to intrinsic orbs are good. I really like to have heroic orbs. It's hard to get off heroic orbs for me, honestly. They're just so good. Oh, fuck. Oh, man. Yo, Joey Don't Know. Thank you so much for the follow, man, or for the subscribe. I'm so used to Twitch. Now I'm over on YouTube, streaming anyway. Thank you so much, Joey, for the new sub. Appreciate you, brother. Welcome to the Cereal Bowl. Really want to know what Kate's new perks are. I know everyone's getting new perks. Everyone. So it's going to be really interesting if there's some good new perks that you know, just totally change the way a hero plays. Like, think of like Hawkeye does the bag of tricks with the 2 extra arrows on that exotic piece. Like, that might be an extreme example, but like, what if they gave Kate Bishop 2 extra arrows on Scattershot? What the fuck? She'd be one of the best characters in the game. We don't know. We don't know what they're gonna do. So we'll see. That would be, it'd be really interesting, man. Really interesting. You just want Doctor Strange? I hear you, man. What type of melee build should I have for Black Panther? Honestly, I like the pounce, and then you can just use power attacks, get the element on your power attacks. You can use Faultless buff on that. Another good option is Faultless Intrinsic Burst. That'll work pretty well as well to keep your Intrinsic up, because Intrinsic is very important on Black Panther, but both of them will work. Black Panther, in my opinion, is a little sus, but he can work if you've got a lot of good gear for him. Yo, RCDP, I got you, man. So yeah, let me know if you guys want to play. Just let me know in chat, or I'll just if I don't see anyone else asking, I'll just invite the whole crew, and we'll see who wants in. A second, all right. Have you found any Kate's bugs with vibranium pieces? Because I have one, it does not work at all. Oh, really, Joey? I have not found any. Let me check my Kate. I was using, so this is what I normally use on Kate. It's not the greatest piece in the world, but it's got precision, resolve, targeted buff, scatter shot. Nothing too crazy. Chance when defeating enemies with a weak point is a defense buff. That comes up. It's not the most, the most common thing, but it comes up. And then I get Jarvis Barrier on kills here. I got defense buff on taking damage, proximity to other teammates, and then over here is really nothing fancy, just a crit damage while overcharged. That works out really well. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's just a scattershot build, and I just have all the buffs up all the time. I always have damage buff, defense buff, potentially Jarvis Barrier pretty regularly. That's it, Yo, humanoid spider thing. I got you, dude. I got you. Do I already have you on my friends list? Spider Vine. Let me see. Let me add you, my dude. If you're on right now. Spider-Vine 556. Yes, we are friends, but you're offline. You're offline, good sir. Yo, Bronx Medic. Yo, all is well. How you doing, brother? If you're in chat. Should we invite Just Nocturno? Yo, I got you. Is it Just Nocturno? I always forget if your name is different. There it is. Nocturno, easy peasy. I got you, brother. RCDP, can I join? Of course you can, my dude. Got you. Yo, Dwayne Unlimited. I got you, bro. Got you, Dwayne. All right, so that should be a full squad, at least for right now, and then we'll get we'll rotate it up after a few missions. Can't remember the name of the piece, but I have vibranium on my scattershot arrow, and after a while, the damage stops happening. Oh, that's not good, Joey. Yeah, I don't have that because you can't get a vibranium ranged piece that also has the targeted buff, so it can be a little suspect to use, in my opinion, but. All right, we got Dwayne, we got RC. Very good. Just give it a sec for Nocto. Yo, Sentry Man, what's up, man? You think we'll see an end credits scene like we did for the Cosmic Cube? We saw Ro touch the cube. I mean, maybe. It's very possible. I think we are going to get cutscenes in the raid, so it is entirely possible. All right, yeah, let's do a quick We should bang through one of these pretty easy. Yo, would I like Wolverine? Yeah, I would love Wolverine, but you know, he's not. I mean, there's probably a long list of characters that'll come before Wolverine, right? Because they got to do all the Avengers first. Want the Kate hoodie skin like that, but it's not on PC. Oh, really? Are you sure? Isn't it one of the challenge card? Oh, maybe it's the other one. Oh, tech. Yo, we are full tech, but we'll get you in the next one. I thought it was... Or maybe I'm cracking up. Oh, no, it's not the comic book one. I mean, it's not this one. No. Yeah, I don't know where I got this one. It wasn't the level 50 skin, because they don't do those anymore. Yep, I have no idea. I have no idea where it came from. Yo, mutated humanoid thing, I got you. Yeah, we can get you in. I think you were showing offline though. I was going to invite you, but you were showing as not on. Tasha, you're the Hawkeye main. I got you. I think mine is like faultless empowerment something. It's got it's got the defense buff. Or if it's faultless empowerment, that means it has intrinsic the empowerment. So the game is based on like prefixes and suffixes. So if you've got the faultless prefix, it means it's going to trigger on crit, on melee crit. And then the suffix, if it says faultless buff, that means it's either going to be a damage buff or a defense buff. If it's empowerment, that means it's going to be an intrinsic burst. And if it's inspiration, that means it's going to be a willpower burst. So if you have faultless inspiration, it's going to be melee crits give you a heal, basically. Which, don't kid yourself, is actually not bad. That's what I use on my Hulk. I actually use that on my Hulk because he's a tank. So I just slam the ground. He's hitting all crits all over the place because I got damage buff. He's critting all over the place, and it's basically just life steal. He's just always topped off. So it's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy that way. Yo, Tech, I got you on the next one. We filled up. We did fill up, but we're gonna rotate it. So we'll get you in. No worries, my dude. How do you feel about the 30th, and what are you most excited for? Oh, Assault. I gotta be most excited for the raid, dude. I mean, I'm excited for all of it. It's all gonna be good. I think the raid is gonna have the most long-lasting impact on the game. Spider-Man, obviously, I can't wait. I'm definitely going to be playing a ton of Spider-Man. But I think the raid and the gear reworks are going to be like the lasting content, right? Like, if they just dropped in Spider-Man, it's not going to really do anything, right?
Aim has arrived. Get me to that
terminal. Since Spider-Man is... Oh, where am I going here? Since Spider-Man is exclusive, do I think they're going to do an Xbox exclusive? Unfortunately, no, they are not. Spider-Man will be the only exclusive character in this game forever. So they're not going to do any other exclusives on either platform, PS or Xbox. But Kate is just... She's just very solid, right? I mean, whenever I play Kate, I always am just like, yeah, she's great. She's super fun, super easy to use, you know. It's very rare to be like, give me 1 second. Yo, doing nothing personal. I'm just getting a little feedback. But otherwise, we're good. But yeah, she's so solid. She's so consistent. I think she's going to end up actually being a pretty strong character just because of how consistent her damage can be. The only problem is her heroics are pretty bad other than the singularity. Other than the singularity, she's kind of... Her decoy is terrible. Her ultimate is terrible. But her singularity arrow is very good. So, you know, it's tough. Yo, Jordan Goku with the new subscription. Thank you so much, man. Welcome to the Cereal Bowl. Appreciate you, brother. Welcome, welcome.
Higher tier hive facility.
You know, I'm online and so about it. Yeah, no worried, mutated humanoid thing. We'll get you in the next one for sure. Nothing to be sorry about at all. Doesn't the small debris add-up buff work on Hulk anymore? If it's Sonic, prefer game. Rondo, they fixed it, but it does still work for Sonic Plasma. It has to be Sonic on the ranged piece and Plasma on the melee piece. If you have that exact combination, it works.
We got company, you guys.
So you see, really, this Kate build is very straightforward. It's just consistent scattershot, right? And obviously, if someone else is like shocking or cryoing or whatever, then we're also good on that front. But it just keeps up buffs all the time. It's always got damage buff, and it pretty regularly has defense buff, especially if we get hit. So really, really easy, smooth build. It's just a smooth build. Yo, Harry, what's going on, dude? Don't ignore me. Yo, I'm not ignoring you. I apologize, Harry. I'm right here. I see you. Yo, Captain Dead Hulk, what's going on, man? The Kate Huggy was a final level 50 skin. Oh, it was level 50. Okay, but there were two then. What was the other one? Because there's two hoodies. There's a black one and a white one. I actually think I like the black one better just because the pants are a little better. These pants kind of suck. These are at least real jeans. They should have put Strange, not Spider-Man, so we can get DLC Xbox stays. Well, I think the thing is they needed... The deal with Spider-Man was, I think, definitely to have him before end of 21. That's why it was so important that they launch him. I'm almost concerned he's going to launch with a lot of bugs. I would not be surprised if he's very buggy on launch, just because even if they weren't done with him, they were launching him anyway because it was a contract thing. But that said, I mean, that's a baseless assumption. It's very possible he comes out looking good. We'll just have to see when he comes up, you know? Yo, Bulky, I got you. I thought I sent you one, but it didn't look like it went... Either it didn't go through or you didn't come, so we just filled up. But yeah, we'll get you on the next one, Bulky. Oh, it came from the cosmetic vendor. Okay, well, that's why. Well, there you go. That's why I don't remember it, because who the hell remembers that woman? Working on Iron Man for the raid. Very nice, man. What are you looking to build? I was just playing some Iron Man. I actually think I'm going to be coming in with a Sonic laser build. I really like it. I think it's a good build. And it's a good team-oriented build, so I think that'll be a good one to come in with. But I'm probably not going to be playing Iron Man first. I think he's... I'm really torn between either Hawkeye or Thor as like the very first character I play, but I don't know, man. It could be either one. It's real close. If I get a really nuts tachyon piece for Thor prior to launch of the raid, it'll probably be Thor. But if not, then it'll probably be Hawkeye. Who's everyone, just out of curiosity, let me know in the chat who you're coming into the raid with first. Obviously, assuming we don't know anything about the raid, right? You're going in blind. Who's like your best character that you think you're most confident in knowing it's going to be the hardest mission in the game? If you had to pick only one character, who's everyone coming in with? Spider-Man with bugs. Yeah, right, Eric? He definitely will be very buggy. Oh, geez, what the fuck did I walk into here? The fucking buggy Spider-Man. You guys need to shut the fuck up right now. Yo, Thor, Widow. Yo, Broken Gamer with the Widow. That's an, I don't want to say off meta, but that's, you're probably not going to see too many Widows, but that's pretty sweet. Incredible. You know I'm bringing Hulk. Yo, I already know you're bringing Hulk, my dude. Hawkeye for Pooh. Nice. Black Panther. Okay. Hawkeye for Guillermo. I hope I'm saying that right. I apologize if I'm not. Kate for Tribal Chief. Very nice. Spidey's was done for a month. They've been holding back from roadmap. Just maybe. I mean, you could argue that maybe due to like the movie, right? They wanted to line it up with the movie, but see. Thor, Hawkeye, Vibranium. So a lot of Hawkeyes, a lot of Thors, couple of Kates, couple of a Widow and a Black Panther. Yeah, so I mean, pretty solid crowd. You're not going to see too many Captain Americas, I don't think. You're not going to see. I mean, you'll see obviously some Hulks. You're probably not going to see. I mean, you're not going to see too many Spider-Mans right away because everyone's going to be leveling him. You love your Widow? Yeah, dude. Don't. Hey, do not. You do not have to talk to me about Widow. I like Widow. I think she's really strong, and the only thing is she wasn't amazing for the Super Adaptoid just because her single target, in my opinion, wasn't as good as other characters. But honestly, like her whole kit in general is very strong. So if the raid itself is focused a little more heavily on like what is it? If there's going to be a lot of like ad clear, right, and solving puzzles, I think, and if invisibility is important, right, like stealth, that could be interesting. I think she's one of the best orb generators in the game, right? Probably the best. So I think she'll be very interesting. I think Captain America could be pretty good, assuming you have him in the right role, right? Because they said there's going to be different spots where some players are going to have to like hang back and control a point, where other players are going to have to go move around. So you're going to probably want flyers and tanks, right? So like Captain America, if there's a, you know, if everyone's just built for glass cannon, you're probably going to have a hard time versus, you know, just random shit that happens, right? But I think if you've got like a really tanky, taunty Captain America and you need to like really hold a point or hold a choke point or a zone, who else are you going to want other than just an absolute boss, you know, tank Captain America, Brooklyn Brawler, going crazy. I mean, I can't think of anyone else like to get in the thick of things than just like an infinite Brooklyn Brawler tank Captain America. You know, just performing takedowns nonstop, just holding it down. You're gonna bring your Cap? All right, there you go, man. There you go. I think Cap is gonna be great. We'll have to see. I think people just like won't expect him to be good right off the bat. I think people are going to gravitate more towards their powerhouses like the Hawkeyes and the Thors. Just right from without knowing the raid. But I think once people get a little more familiar with the raid, they understand the mechanics, you're going to eventually be doing it with everybody. Don't be fooled. Everyone's going to be playing with everyone. Friggin' Hawkeye, man. Hawkeye is so good. Who's this Hawkeye shooting these sonic arrows? Or is it cosmic arrows? It looks like cosmic, actually. So close to 6K heroic on your Widow? That's pretty high. Single target isn't strong. Ulti soloed? Wow. That is pretty crazy. Yeah, I don't have a lot of heroic. I normally use I have a decent amount of heroic. I probably have about like 2.5K, and then about 3.5K ranged, with a decent amount of defense as well. That's my Widow. I just play a high caliber shot. I like it because you go invisible, you stay invisible, and you're just making tons and tons of orbs, you know. Be using Hawkeye, no doubt about it. Yo, there you go. Wait, Spooderman is going to not be using Spooderman? That sounds a little ridiculous to me. I'm just kidding. Can I upgrade my Jarvis gear to be viable? You can. If you have good Jarvis gear, you'll just have to... The way it works is when you get gear from the raid that's higher power, you just have to merge it into your... You have to infuse it into your gear that you want to bring up to level. So it's just going to cost fragments and shards to do that. But it shouldn't be too bad.
That turbine is finished. Well done.
Especially if you've already got a lot of shards. And, like, who knows? Like, we don't know how valuable raid gear is actually going to be. Some of it looks like it's really good. We'll just see, like, if the... You know, obviously the rolls have to be right. But the perks sound really interesting for builds, so we'll see. But it's going to be tough to, like, the very first piece of raid gear you get, if it has a cool perk, it's going to be like, oh, damn, do I want to actually, like, use this perk, or do I want to just put this into my gear that I know is good? So those are going to be the questions that you're going to have to ask yourself, you know? Excited to see new stat. Yeah, man. Well, we know we're going to get Vibranium and Sonic exotics guaranteed. That's a new thing that's coming. So that'll be interesting. Be really curious to see what those entail. Thor's your favorite, but so is Black Panther. I like the challenge. That's why you're choosing Black Panther first. Right on. No problem with that from me, man. I say go for it. Play who you want, and play who you think is going to be your best character. Play who you're most confident in. That's what I say.
The adaptoids are concentrated on the final floor.
Excited to see what Spidey's heroics are going to be. Yo, I mean, I think we all are, right? It's going to be very interesting. I think one of them is going to be a drone type deal. Something else might be like a web. Think of like Hawkeye's. You know how Hawkeye's sonic arrow, he like targets everything. I think Spider-Man's going to be like a, you know, like hit everybody in the area with webs. Although his other thing, I mean, he might also do something with like his spider sense as the support. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I run her split build 2K melee range blah 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 with shadow ops. Okay, yeah, that's pretty sweet. Find your builds very helpful. Sonic Laser Man and Vibranium Kamala. Yo, nice, man. Yo, those are some of my newer builds. I was just playing the Sonic Lasers. It was very sweet.
Let's show them how the pros do it.
Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, I thought it was a defeat all guys. Never mind. If they lock attributes like they did Vibranium and Gear, it'll probably be trash. I think they said that is the case, but we'll have to see. I mean, it might be trash for like the melee ranged piece, but like if you can get like a crazy, you know, let's say you get a heroic piece that you know, don't necessarily have a specific heroic that you're normally using, and now all of a sudden you get a heroic piece that has some crazy thing on it. It can probably, I mean, even with the stat, the flat rolls, like heroic pieces usually drop like Valor Resolve, right? So we'll see. And like same thing with the ranged pieces, like ranged pieces, even the Sonic ones can drop precision. It's just that you can't get the melee with precision, right? So it's like, which isn't the end of the world, but it's like people obviously want precision on their melee piece if they're playing range, just so it's like a stat stick. But it's really not that big a deal in a lot of cases. King Greek, you full? Yo, so we're actually gonna, we're just about to back it out. So, yo, Nocturno, Dwayne, and RC, yo, GG, we'll get you back, guys, back in on the next one, but I'm going to get a different group in here. We'll do something else. So I know Tech was interested. I know, so King Greek, and then, let me just say, oh, I'm I'm still technically on the team here. Hold on. Bulky. There you are, dude. Tech, what is your name in game? Is it just... Oh, there it is. Tech. And then Greek, do I have you? Oh, and Spider-Vine. Sorry. Yeah, so actually Greek. That's right. Mutated humanoid thing was also on the list. So let me send out these invites. If anyone is not here anymore, then you'll be on the waiting list. I'm gonna come in with Thor. If you guys are interested, I'd be down to do a Tachyon Rift. Actually, I just need to do the one for the day. Chance of a piece of gear. Any chance we see Black Order within 3 years? Within 3 years, yeah, I think there's a chance. It's hard to say. I mean that's a loaded question. I think it's possible, right? It's anyone's guess. I think we're going to see Loki. I think we're going to see Ultron. I think we're going to see the Kree and all that stuff. I think all of that is sooner than the Black Order. But you give me a 3-year time span. Yeah, maybe in 3 years. Who knows? Who's your favorite character to run? Probably Iron Man right now. I think Hawkeye is probably my best character, but Iron Man is probably my favorite. Yo, exactly, Spooderman. The plasma on the lasers is what brings it over the top. If it didn't do that, I wouldn't consider it a decent build. I wouldn't have even done a video on it. But once I realized it could do that, it made it a good enough interaction for it to be a standalone build. For me to swap a piece of gear, it's gonna have to be really good. Hey, man, I hear you, dude. You're not telling me anything I don't know. My gear is very tight in this game as well. We're on the same page there. Yo, Big B, 999,999 units. That's what I like to see, baby. They're gonna have to do something because I'm making sure that's running rampant in the community. I'm making sure that everyone knows about that freaking glitch. So, we'll see. You got rid of your Tachyon gear? No, dude, I specifically did not get rid of it. I have a few pieces. Like this piece right here is actually pretty good. It's not the best because it has proficient buff, so it's got might, which is not great. I didn't want might here. But it's got valor, so it's not horrible. But proficient buff is just okay. Proficient buff it'll only work on the actual impact of the hammer. It doesn't work for all the lightning. So it doesn't happen all the time. But it's still, you can get damage buff pretty reliably, and you always get Tachyon Surge. So once you get them both, you're fucking golden. You're golden. All right, and we got Bulky. Let's go. All right, so let's do a Tachyon Rift, guys, if you're good with that. I don't know what the one for the day is. It's in the Badlands. Hopefully it's not the worst one. It is the worst one. It is. Oh, there's two of them. Oh, one is the lower level one. All right, so we got to do this one. That's fine. This one should be pretty straightforward anyway. Would you get that heroic gear for Iron Man? It was just the one that I was using with the double intrinsic burst. It was just a random roll, man. You just got to grind and just check all your pieces. Just check all your pieces. Hopefully you get something with intrinsic burst and good stats. There's no set drop rate. Do I think Toby, Tom, and Andrew suits are going to be in the game? I mean, I think they're going to make... I don't think they're going to be Toby, Tom suits specifically. But... I think you're going to get, like, the webbed suit, the Stark suit. I think that stuff is going to come eventually. And probably pretty soon. I mean, believe me, if people are going to buy any skins, they're going to be fucking buying Spider-Man skins. So we'll see. Did the Tachyon nerf kill the gear?
You're heading into another Tachyon storm.
Or did they go back on the nerf? No, they're going back on the nerf. That's the new news, Abyss. So they're actually reversing the nerf as of the November 30th update. Their Tachyon Surge used to work for 20 seconds, and it had that damage boost. They nerfed it, so now it only does status damage. They're bringing back the 50% damage buff, but now it's only going to last for 10 seconds, not 20, which I'll give you a hint is fine. 10 seconds is fine for how easy it is to trigger, especially if you have a really good unicorn damage buff, Tachyon Surge buff. I promise you, my Hawkeye will have it up all the time. I'm not even worried about it.
Nice.
If you had to pick the first MCU suit to come out for Spider-Man, what would it be? Probably just the Stark suit. I mean, what other MCU? When you say MCU, do you mean like going back to non-MCU like Toby and Tom? I mean, not Toby and Andrew. Or do you mean just like Tom Holland? Because if it's just going to be Tom Holland, I think they're just going to come out with the Stark suit, the basic Stark suit. I think that'll be a fine suit. I think people will like that one. Here's a clue. I mean, people are going to like every suit that they bring out for Spider-Man because it's Spider-Man, right? So I wouldn't be too worried. If your favorite Spider-Man suit doesn't come out, just wait a week. It'll come out. Really. And I think people are actually going to be more excited for like the comic book skins. Probably more so than the actual MCU skins. I think, they'll probably do the MCU skins like in conjunction with the movie maybe, right? When that comes out. Which I don't know if you guys heard. A little birdie told me that the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer is coming out this Tuesday. Yo, Chuck Stewart, how's the stream going? Stream is going good, man. We're chilling. We're playing with viewers. We're having a good time. Hopefully trying to get some good gear. I've not gotten anything super noteworthy as of yet, but it's all good. We're having a good time. Yeah, I'm really interested to see how Spider-Man's going to play. I don't know if he's going to be like a really DPS-focused character or maybe someone, more like a support if he can like, detain enemies, right, with his webbing. I think it's going to be interesting to see exactly like where his strengths are, right? Because I don't know. I don't think anyone actually knows, right? So we'll see. All I know is I don't think the raid's going to be as hard as I think people maybe think it's going to be. I'm sure it's going to be difficult your first time as you get through it, but I would not be surprised if it's something that, most of the community just kind of blows through. You got to remember that the devs... Yo, Saul, thank you so much for the sub, man. Welcome to the Cereal Bowl. Appreciate you, man. Yo, guys, we recently broke 3K subs, and we are hot on the way to 4K. So I appreciate it if you're new to the channel and you do like Avengers and you want to stay up to date with everything, get the new builds, new guides, all that good stuff. Definitely hit that sub button. It is completely free. We're also going to be doing raids with subs, right? So once the raid comes out, if you need to find a team, all that good stuff. I'll be playing with pretty much everybody, but only if you're subbed. You gotta be a sub. That's the one catch, right? I don't think that's too much to ask. Yo, Johnny, bravo. I'm in a game, Johnny, but we can get you in. Oh, we gotta secure the area. I'm like, when the fuck is this door opening? It's weird to have tricks on my phone and Roku while playing Avengers. Hey, man, it's not weird to me, so there you go. You want the black and red suit for Spider-Man? That would be a sweet one. I think the all black, the symbiote suit's a must, right? I mean, whenever you think of, like, Spider-Man, for me anyway, when I think of, like, Spider-Man suits, like Spider-Man alternate suits other than just like the classic what you would think Spider-Man looks like. Whenever I think of like a suit that Spider-Man should have, it's always the symbiote, right? Like look at like any Spider-Man video game. You always are wondering like when is the symbiote suit? How do you unlock the symbiote suit, right? Like the symbiote Black Spider-Man is the most, I guess I'll say, iconic alternate Spider-Man suit, right? Although I really liked that noir suit. I don't know if you guys liked that one. I really liked that noir suit. That one was sweet to me. Yo, 25 kill streak. Jesus Christ, that's a big kill streak. Thank you so much for the follow, man. Welcome to the Cereal Bowl. Appreciate you, man. Yo, what's up, 25? How you doing? Yo, and Jimmy Rubino. Thank you so much, guys, for the subs. Really appreciate you, fellas. Thank you so much, Jimmy. Welcome to the Cereal Bowl, both of you guys.
I really think we should go now. AIM troops are everywhere.
Can I hit that from there? No. You got it, Hulk. Okay. Dead, so let's just see. Oh, this Hulk's on it. All right, you get it, Hulk. I'll get him off your back. Fucking nerd. Is Cosmic Gear... Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I was just reading. Is Cosmic Gear and Tachyon Surge the same? No, it's not the same. It's pretty often that you get Cosmic Gear, or it's pretty often that your Tachyon Gear has Cosmic on it, but you can get Tachyon Gear with any element. The best one is Cosmic, because when it's Cosmic, it can have a third perk to give you, like, let's say, damage buff, for example. So that's why whenever you see a Cosmic piece, that's the one you want to chase after. But then, even then, it's random roll. Am I going the right way here? Yeah. Imagine they do 0 recolors for Spider-Man and they're all comic accurate. I mean, if it's going to be for any hero, what other hero are they going to do that for, right? Other than maybe Iron Man. But even though, I mean, they're already in recolor territory for Iron Man. Here's a clue. I mean, my take on outfits is always the same, right? Like, if you like it, get it. If you don't, don't. Like, I'm using this Thor. I think this Thor is one of the best Thor outfits. I think it's the best Thor outfit right now. There's a couple of good Thor outfits. I still like the Unworthy Thor. I actually like the Tiger King one. I have the Miller one. And then other than that, you know, some of these are just whatever. But, like, it's going to take an arm and a leg to get me off of this Thor. You know what I mean? This is a pretty sweet friggin' Thor. So. But my take is always, if you like it, get it. If you don't, don't. Honestly, like, the costumes, I'm a long-term costume guy. I don't change my costumes around very often. So, like, when a costume comes out, if I really like it, I get it, and I use it until I find another costume I like. I don't change them around very often. So because of that, I don't buy too many costumes. You know, I'm still using Endgame Captain America. I'm still using Black Widow movie Black Widow. I had the Endgame Iron Man, and then that switched to the Iron Man Mach 1, which... Mach... I think it's the one from the first Iron Man movie. And then when the second Iron Man movie one came out, I didn't really love that one, so I didn't get it. I'm still on the Iron Man 1 costume, and I think that's the best one. And that's just me, you know? But if you like the other one, you get that one. That's always my take on costumes. So we'll see. I think Spider-Man will have a ton of costumes, obviously, because he's Spider-Man, you know? But, you know, it is what it is, right? I don't think you can really say one way or the other, oh... Like, when people get mad at reskins, I don't really understand it, because it's like, you can just not buy it. Like, just don't buy it. I understand that, like, you wish it wasn't a reskin and it was a comic or a costume that you liked instead, but whatever, you know? Like, just don't buy it. That's the best way to send a message, really, is if you don't buy something, they'll know that it's not if everyone didn't buy a certain skin, they will know that that's not a skin that they should be doing more of, right? So that's the only way to really look at it. But if skins are flying off the shelves, then it doesn't matter who's complaining about what. They're going to say, well, people buy it, so we're going to do more of it. You know?
Well, that didn't quite go as we planned.
It never does. Now, Jarvis, did my payment come in?
I have Vibranium Split Shot and Sonic Cluster Damage buff Tachyon Surge ready. That sounds money. How do you have... You have Sonic... You have Sonic... You have a piece with damage buff and... Is it all on one piece or is it on multiple pieces? 'Cause I don't think you can have... Oh, this could be a good one. Oh, range gear full, of course.
Tell you how valuable.
This could be a good one if it's exotic.
Thank you.
It's not? Yeah, that's no good. No bueno. Well, we tried. All right, let's run something else. Let me switch it up. I'm gonna go with my girl Kamala. Let's just do another hive. That'll be good. Or actually, do you guys need villain sectors? Let's bang out these villain sectors quick. But no, I have a Hawkeye piece with cosmic cluster arrows, and it's got targeted buff and targeted tachyon surge. It's absolutely disgusting. But I don't think you can get that with Sonic. Or do you have damage buff on a different, or do you have tachyon surge on a different piece? You should be able to get targeted buff Sonic on a Hawkeye ranged piece, but you'd have to get the damage buff, or you'd have to get the tachyon surge somewhere else, which is fine. As long as you got the chest piece that has the extra 2-shot arrows, you can get the tachyon surge on your heroic piece, and you should be good to go. Do you any good Kate builds? Yeah, I mean, I was just actually playing Kate. Kate's a very solid hero. Hard to go wrong with Kate. You really just have to have damage buff on. You have to have a targeted buff with some type of scatter shot element. That's a warm element, so plasma, cosmic, maybe even vibranium. Well, you can't get vibranium with the targeted buff, but let's say plasma or cosmic. One of those targeted buff. Maybe get your tachyon surge from your heroic piece. Possibly get, defense buff or Jarvis barrier somewhere else. And yeah, you'll be good to go with Kate. You'll just be mowing him down. Really, really easy. Yo, Captain Link, what's going on? What are you doing for raid prep? Yo, we're just playing, just trying to get some better drops on things that we already have. Nothing too crazy. Just playing with some characters. I was trying to get some pieces, trying to get some tachyon surge pieces for Thor. Unfortunately, didn't get anything noteworthy, but that's okay. And yeah. Yo, Fears Burner, I swear plasma split shot isn't working. Oh, it's working. I was using it 15 minutes ago in this stream. I was scatter shot in plasma, and it was great. It doesn't build up a lot of status effect. So if you're wondering why you're not getting plasma on these enemies, that would be why. But it definitely does work. And if someone else puts shock, cryo, sonic, whatever, that you can do the battery effect, you'll be slaying them for sure. Yo, Outlaw DJ, what's going on, man? Welcome. Where's the best place to farm after you've done all your weekly mission chains? I mean, really, anything. If you're just looking for general gear, you can farm. You can do if you're looking for the most gear at a time, you can do DNA key chests. The problem is you're limited by the number of keys you have, and you can only get 2 a day. So I'm saving my keys for Spider-Man. But other than that, honestly, just doing hives is one of the better ways. If you want tachyon gear, you can also just do, hive missions. It's not, or I'm sorry, you can do tachyon rift missions. You have a better chance of getting the effect at the beginning of or on your first run of the day, but it doesn't mean you can't get exotics to drop. So if you're looking for that, that can work for you. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, whatever you're looking to grind for. If you're just looking for like random rolled stuff, then yeah, just do like hives or just do if you have keys to spare, do the DNA keys. Not Sonic Cosmic, but you have targeted buff and Sonic. Nice. Yeah, that's sweet, man. Hawkeye, I think it's hard to say that, you know, anyone other than Thor is the best, but I do think that Hawkeye is one of the best characters. Hey, fuck you guys. Well, that didn't reach anybody. Your laser Iron Man build still meta? Hell yeah, it is, dude. Yeah, laser Iron Man's fucking fire. He's one of the better Iron Mans to play. Missiles are good. They're just a little. Missiles are better for like single target, but they're a little lackluster when it comes to like one, team support, and two, consistent damage. So I mean, yes, if you're like looking to straight DPS a boss, you can play missiles and you can do like the you know, the missile cheese with the emote spam and really go to town. That's something that will do more damage overall to a boss. But the laser Iron Man does a ton of damage. It's a lot more mobile. So it'll probably be better in, you know, puzzle-based content like the raid is going to be, right? And yeah, I see it being a really powerful setup for sure. So this is my infinite grab Kamala build. If it wasn't obvious, she could pretty much just grab anybody and hold them infinitely. It's actually not a ranged build; it's a melee build. So I can, because of that, I can actually do damage both ways, right? I can do a lot of melee damage, but because I can hold guys infinitely, I don't need a lot of ranged damage. I don't do a lot of ranged damage, but I just hold them forever, so it doesn't matter, right? I do a little bit of damage, but they never get dropped, so it's just it. So that's that, you know. I have Vibranium, High Caliber Piece, Sonic Melee for my Black Widow, Range Heroic Slot, Damage Buff, Heroic Slot, 25 additional damage to enemies. Yo, be careful on that kill streak because the Vibranium, the Vibranium pieces on Heroic don't work. It's actually a known bug. So just watch out for that. This last guy. Oh god, our Hulk's all fucked up. So I should, if I get a crit, it usually will load him up with the Sonic, and then I can give him the old bip with the Vibranium, and it should do quite a bit. But then you can also just grab any smaller enemies, or if you're in Embiggen, you can grab the larger enemies too. They just have to not have a shield. That's the other thing. Yo, Pennywise, what's going on, dude? Yo, Ian says, Tricks, how goes the grind? Any word on balancing melee from the devs? They're adding a few perks. They're adding a lot of new hero-specific perks. Hopefully, they're saying that they're slowly working towards getting melee to an acceptable state. They understand that ranged is stronger. They know how it works. They said that they're not going to just go to a straight every one of your melee attacks does an element, right? That was my suggestion. They specifically called that out and said they're not just going to jump right to that. They're going to do like a building block approach. So hopefully it'll, you know, maybe it'll get to that point. Maybe with the changes they're going to make, it's not going to be necessary. So we'll see. We shall see. Ran Mega Hive with Hawkeye, Gut Cluster, and Pulsar, Cryo, and Cryo Potentiator. Yeah, I got you, Falafel. Pulsar, Cryo, and Cryo Potentiator, which I didn't even know was a thing. Yeah, I think you can get pretty much every element now on everyone. Can I get the next mission? Yeah, absolutely. What's your in-game name, my dude? Or shoot me if you haven't already. Shoot me a friend request. Trick's ridiculous. Same as my Twitch. I will accept it and I will get you in the game.
Just give us a sample.
Reason for Sonic over any other cold status. So the real reason is because it buffs. So for the grab specifically, it buffs your it recharges your intrinsic, which makes it easier to hold enemies infinitely. Because it costs intrinsic to hold them, but while you're holding them, you recharge your intrinsic. So you can hold certain enemies forever. Obviously, guys like fucking Maestro not going to be as good at that. But this should do a lot of damage. Oh, I don't have damage buff. That's unfortunate. We're doing quite a bit here. Let's not fool ourselves. That's a lot of damage. That was about a million a combo. So that was pretty good. Yo, Snake Eyes, I got you, bro. I got you. Just added you a friend Falafel. Hope to run with you soon. Yeah, bro. I get you in the next game. We can rotate the crew. We'll get you guys back in. I try to just I try to get whoever I can get in. Obviously, if there's room. But of course, if we're in a mission and someone wants to get in the next one, we'll try to rotate out. But if there's still room, we can get 1 or 2 slots. You gonna be running for a bit? Yeah, I'm gonna be running for a while, man. Definitely. We're down to do some games for sure. Sparrow, I got you, bro.
Very excited about the sample.
Oh, so we might have gotten. I think we got a Storm Rangers adornment, which can actually have 2 different elements. All right, so get ready for this. Unfortunately, not good enough. It's ranged particle and then held enemies shock. That's not good enough. Particle gamma. No, see, you can't have held enemies. It has to be ranged attacks. I do actually already have one, which I don't use, but it's this one. No, it's not that one. Sorry, that's the one I just got. It's this one. Ranged attacks. So I'll actually use this in the next mission because it's actually quite good. And if I go, we'll do this, and that should work out good. Yo, GG's guys, Spidervine, Bulky, and Tech. GG's for sure. We're just gonna rotate it. We'll get some people in, but we'll get you guys back in hopefully very soon. But let me just see. So. Falafel. Oh, you cannot run right now. Okay, so Snake Eyes, I got you, bro. And let me invite my man Johnny Bravo, just because I don't know if he knows we're on YouTube right now. But he's a longtime viewer on Twitch, and I've run a lot with him. So. Yeah, but Penny, we're gonna be running for a while. So if you want to get in, just let me know. Use the exact same Kamala build except I use Cosmic instead of Vibranium because I have heavy power attacks and like combo. Oh yeah, bro. It's the same. I mean, like, this piece is by no means mandatory. I just like the one I got because it's faultless empowerment, and then the Polymorph's boon, it's increased crit chance while you're in Polymorph, so that works out pretty nice as well. I would, if I could change any one thing about this piece, I would like heavy combo finishers Vibranium because that works out really. It's a give and take, right? Because I like the heavy combo finishers, especially from the air, but I don't love the. I don't love that you don't get a heavy combo finisher really in Biggin, right? So that's the trade-off. Do I have a type of precision piece? Here it is. And I guess this works. Just put that on for now. All right, Snake Eyes, I got you. Word. All right. Give me 1 second, boys. I just gotta run to the little streamer's room, but I will be right back. But Johnny Bravo, I don't know if you're here, if you can hear me. We got one more join in, and then he's bringing a friend. I'll be back. Hopefully, we'll have a full squad by then. I'm back. I'm coming back. Oh no. Where's Johnny? Johnny, where are you? If I invite him, can he invite his friend? And we'll go from there. They have to make base melee damage way higher. Yo, I mean, that would definitely be a start. I think just giving it all an element, I think would work really well, but I don't know if that's something in the cards, right? Been running Here Comes the Pain, still don't have the faultless empowerment. It's a grind. You got to keep running it. Has anyone noticed a nerf to purple yellows? What do you mean? What do you mean purple yellows? Or you mean the ISOs? Like an epic yellow ISO? It won't let me join the party like I said. Oh no, I got people too, my dude. Oh no, why won't it join? I got someone else as well, Johnny. Rip. That's a rip from me, dog. I can't join that. Anyone else interested? Johnny, if you're watching, I apologize. I got someone with me already, so let's see if anyone who was previously in wants to come back, or if you guys are already in other missions. No big deal. All my characters are 150 plus, but I have no polys. Oh no, you got to get your polys up. I'm where am I at with polys? I have 909, which is good. I'm pretty good across the board here. Obviously the polys, I'll just have to do like the dailies and the missions, between now and then. But I can get that up to 999 before Spider-Man drops, no problem. And then from there, it's just, we're gonna get obviously resources across the board for everything we have here. Gonna be adding in. Jack Sparrow, I can play. Yeah. Yo, Jack and Outlaw. Yeah. What's your add me, or what's your names? If I already have you as a friend, what's your in-game name? And if not, what's your? I'll add you. I'll send you a friend request. Oh no, RCDP is already in. All right, so one of you can join. We're on PlayStation. It's anyone's ball game now. would join, but I'm on Xbox. Oh, rip. Oh, Xbox 2. Rip, rip, rip. It's Sparrow. Do I have you, Sparrow? Let's see. I do. Perfect. Oh, but you're not online. Sparrow, no. You might be showing offline. Unless my alphabet is wrong. No. I don't have you under the eyes. Let me just see, Sparrow, if I have you first. It's Sparrow with the underscore. There you are. Yeah, we are friends. But you're... Yeah, that's weird. You're not online. Oh, you're pairing offline. Okay. Yo, Outlaw, I got you. Outlaw, we'll get... Just because Sparrow was the first to ask, we'll get Sparrow in, but Outlaw, we'll get you in the next one. There you are, Sparrow. All right, so we'll get Sparrow first, and then we'll get you in the next one. 50s from the OLT is pretty close. Yeah, 50 from the OLT is good, and you're going to be doing the OLT anyway to level up, to get gear to level up, so that's definitely a good one to do. And then I think you get 50 from the Mega Hive as well. So... Does anyone notice a nerf to the value? No, I think Broken Gamer. I think the actual blues have always dropped a tiny bit higher in the pure stat department. I remember a buddy of mine was trying to get his Valor as high as he could go on Thor, and he specifically had to find blues to get it that high. Are vaults the best way to power level? Yeah, if you're going for pure. If you're going for pure, like pure character level, pure gear score, then yes, it is the fastest way. Who's your dream hero and villain for this game? I mean, I don't know if I have a dream hero. I mean, I'd like to see the Winter Soldier because I really like him, but he's like by no means a dream hero. I would also like to see, where are we going? We gotta do... I think the other thing is in the, here it is. Oh, it's Tasky. This should be an easy one. Yo, Jordan Goku, I got you, brother. As far as villains, Doctor Doom would be my go-to. He's my go-to number one villain. I think he would be a little, obviously, since it's not a Fantastic Four game, it would be a little awkward to get him. I think Kang would be a good Avengers villain. I think Ultron would work really well in this game. I think Kang would work really well in this game. Magneto would be sweet, but, you know, he ain't going to happen. But back to the heroes, I mean... back to the heroes, I'm not sure. It could be, I mean, it could be a number of different heroes. I'm excited to see Captain Marvel. I would like to see like War Machine. I know these are like really bad picks. You know, it's easy to just say, yeah, I want to see Doctor Strange. But honestly, I mean, as cool as Doctor Strange is, I don't think he would be like my number one choice. I would really like Wolverine, Blade, Ghost Rider, basically the Midnight Suns. Those are all really cool heroes in my opinion, you know. Yo, Johnny, there you are, man. Something wrong with my system, can't accept invites. Yo, that's crazy. I'm sorry. I had someone with me as well in my game, so I couldn't join and bring him along. Like it would have been a big thing. But we'll get you in. We'll figure it out, Johnny. We'll get you in, my dude, at some point. We're gonna be on for a little while, so don't worry. Yo, Shang-Chi would be a sweet one. I heard the fake leaks were saying that he was in development. In 2 weeks, a group of people I play with an Xbox have not seen a Valor Crystal over 102. Blues have dropped 115. Yeah, I think they do just drop higher, the blues. The problem is you can't get them leveled up, so They already have Magneto-powered adaptoids. Yeah, I mean, they could just, right, they could just reuse, like, what those gravity adaptoids do, and that's your Magneto boss, right? That would be funny. Oh, did I just crash through a car? Yep. Okay, we're in the car now. We're going to go drive there.
They have the tower locked down.
Taking off.
Weak guard team. You're gonna have to take them out.
I understand. I don't know what I did. Yeah, no, we'll figure it out, man. No worries. What do you think of Spider-Man? Yo, I mean, it looks great. What do you want me to say? I'm super excited. I cannot wait for friggin' Spider-Man. I'm going to be playing a ton of Spider-Man. And I'm going to be playing the raid a fucking ton. It's going to be probably the most played mission I do maybe ever. So, going to be sweet for sure. Oh, there was a loot goblin. Nice. All right, so I actually switched my melee piece to be the cheesy one with the 2 elements on it. So you'll see here, we should be doing quite a bit of just... So this is essentially your ranged Kamala right here. Now, the one thing that sucks is when you do grab a guy, if you're going to try to give him the squeeze, once you shrink him, he actually falls. So you see that? He fell. So that's a little unfortunate that it does that. But what are you going to do, I guess? But so you kind of have to just do the spam for the most part. But it works out pretty well anyway. But basically, every one of your attacks will do with this piece gamma and particle, you know? So you'll be looking good. You'll be putting on that battery effect pretty much instantly. Yo, Joe, what's going on, man? Moon Knight would be awesome in this game. Yeah, Moon Knight would be sweet. Blade would be sweet. Wolverine would be sweet. They would all play really well, too. I think. Awesome if they add more moves to all characters. Yeah, I mean, that was talked about. Before the game came out, they said that characters were going to have additions to their skill trees, like, in later updates. And they have since... That was what they said before the game came out, and they have since walked that back and said that that's not something they're going to be doing. So a little unfortunate, but, I mean, I would rather new characters, if they could come out faster. You know, I don't want them to, like, take forever to make a whole new character because they're reworking certain characters' skill trees. Like, just come out with more shit. Like, the characters, if they do any one thing good in this game, it's the characters anyway. So I'm not super concerned with anything like that. Yo, where's our high value? He's over there. So once he's actually shrunk, you can hold him for the adaptoids. Now, the one thing about playing Kamala this way is you don't actually get... You can't do the infinite squeeze, but you can certainly do a lot of squeeze. You can still do a good amount of squeeze, and everything's going to be dying very, very quickly. So you're not really going to have to worry about it too much. You're making Kamala look good? I hope so, man. I'm a big Kamala fan. I like Kamala. I think she's one of the better characters in this game if you play her correctly. At times, I used to think that she was a very beginner hero, and I still think she's a very strong option for like a first-time player because she is very easy to play, but she can also be... She has a very wide range, right? If you were to mark her on like a complexity scale, you would initially think that she's a pretty low complexity, easy to play hero. You know, she's not a complicated hero to play, but on that same coin, you can definitely make an argument that she's one of the more powerful heroes for sure. All right, well, if these guys don't completely blow this guy away, I'm going to try to give him the squeezy squeeze, but he's got to be shrunk. Okay, well, he might just go off the fucking cliff. I don't know. All right, I got him. So this should end him. Yep, dead. Okay, easy.
Never learn, masters.
Ooh, a burn and a pun. Screw Fury.
The piece you have is instant battery. Yeah, it's money. It's absolutely disgustingly money. That's why it's so good, right? Kamala runs weird at times. I mean, she could be a little weird, but I don't think she's super weird. I think she's pretty straightforward. Yeah, I mean, it really just depends. It depends how you play her, you know. Be cool if they release Yelena, John Walker, Hulkling, Jane Foster. I mean, that's a lot of people. That would be pretty nuts. All right, let's do something else. Let's do a Mega Hive. Let's do at least the first floor of a Mega Hive, and we'll rotate it. We'll do a few Mega Hive levels. So we could have very possibly gotten another one. No, but we didn't. All right, so let's run one more mission with this group. We'll do a Mega Hive, and then we could do something else. Oh, hey, what's the comic book drop in here? I've actually been checking these. I don't know if you guys have been checking these. If it ever drops a Black Panther one, fucking at me on Twitter if it's dropping a Black Panther one, because there's a very specific Black Panther comic that everyone needs to get. Alien Fodder, what's going on? Yo, we got a celebrity in the building. If you guys don't know, Alien Fodder, the newest member of Doom Squad Gaming. How's it going, Alien? Hope you're doing well. I think Kamala's very underrated. I think among those in the know, she's very properly rated. I think it's like I said, right? I think there's actually a pretty big following for Kamala, especially among the PC community, which is ironic because PC has trouble. If you're using mouse and keyboard, it's very difficult to grab with Kamala. So it's actually kind of funny that that's where she's highly sought after. But I could tell you, I think Kamala is absolutely fire. I think she's one of the best heroes in the game. So I'll be playing her. I would like to get another Kamala skin, but at the same time, I'm not really big on any of these. I thought this one was pretty cool. It would be really sweet if it had Captain America's shield too.
This will be a rewarding but grueling mission. All our efforts against AIM.
3 out of 5 of the Panthers comics for armor. Nice. And then 2 out of 5. Nice. So you're looking good. You're looking good. I don't have any of the Black Panther armor comics. Is there a specific spot to get Black Panther armor? Or excuse me, armor comic books? Because to me, you can't just do his harm room. That doesn't work. I'm not sure about anything else like, you know, I don't know. Wakanda chests. I don't think I've opened a lot of Wakanda chests, and I haven't gotten any Black Panther specific comic books. So is it just random? I imagine you might just have to do it from the DNA key chests. Although I've also heard that DNA key chests like don't actually up, like it says it gives you a comic book, but if you go check your comic books, it didn't level it up at all. So I don't know. I've heard multiple things.
Head for the location on your
Gauntlets. Oh, thank you for the introduction to gauntlets.
These enemies must be defeated.
You did it with DNA keys? Okay, yeah. I need to just do it with DNA key chests. I mean, like I said, I'm kind of saving my DNA keys for Spider-Man, but I can probably do like a few. I can do like a run a day, you know, and still stay pretty topped off on DNA keys. So that could probably work. I don't mean to be slamming this guy. Oh no. I feel like I'm a little screwy Louie right now. Whoa, how do you dodge that? Did you guys see that? You see, the problem is after you shrink them, it actually drops them, but it doesn't drop you. So it can get a little awkward quick. But you can pick them back up. Once they're shrunk, you can hold them indefinitely as long as you have obviously energy. But that's why it's almost more of like you kind of want to just use the actual punch, right? But even there, it's like, it's a little sus, right? What I'm going to do, if you guys don't mind, I'll just, I'll do the infinite, oh no, I'm so stupid. I fucking activated my super. I was going to say I could do the infinite cheese with, the infinite and biggin. And that'll blow us through this mission pretty quick. Harm Room 5? Wait, what about Harm Room 5? Oh, that's how you get your Black Panther comics? Is that where you got them, my dude? Listen, I'm down to try whatever for Black Panther comics. Spam key finder perk? DNAs are only worth the comics anymore because they put all the shield payload garbage in it. Well, no, the secret for the comics actually is there's only one comic that's hard to get, really, is the Black Panther one. The Avengers one, if you didn't get it yet. But basically, there's 3 comics in the game. This is one of them. So my head might be blocking it, but if you can see above my head, or actually you can see on the left, this one gives 11% armor, which is a massive jump. There's another Avengers one that gives 11% armor right here. If you have to get it to tier 2, so you have to get at least 5 of it. Same thing with the Hawkeye one, and then there's a Black Panther one that also does it. So you can get 33% armor across all your characters without even having a single point of resilience. It's a very good boost to have across all your heroes. So it's highly recommended to do that, but it's like, you know. Loading up for the farming? Yo, absolutely, man. Yo, we'll get you in, Pennywise. We'll get you in a game for sure. Run the Black Panther Harm Room is the best way to get gold and DNA chests. Wait, what do you mean DNA chests from the Harm Room? Or am I tripping? I'm talking about DNA chests like from a vault mission. Is the reverberation armor perk broken or working? It is broken. If it is a vibranium perk on an armor or heroic piece, it is broken. It does not work. Whoa. Whoa. This guy's freaking out, man. He's freaking out. This guy's glitching like crazy. Honestly, I mean, this built, like, this whole thing with the double sonic effect, it's good for, like, it was literally good for Taskmaster right there, but honestly, it's not super great, you know, for most of this other stuff. If you can shrink the adaptoids, you can pick them up too, though. So, like, watch. If I shrink them... Whoop. Well, there he is. I got him. All right. He is now mine. It's now my adaptoid. You also want to hit your crits, because the way it works is it actually does more from crits.
The enemies have been defeated.
Run the Black Panther Harm is the best way I found to at least get... Found the last comics I was struggling to get. Different character. Oh, you're saying just for comics in general? Because, yeah, I was running the Black Panther Harm Room, but the Black Panther Harm Room doesn't give Black Panther comics always. Whereas the Hawkeye Harm Room, the Hawkeye Training Harm Room, actually always gives a Hawkeye piece. That's why I made that video. to say, like, that's the one to farm to make sure you get that Hawkeye one. Keyfinder perk on the blue ISO artifact, causing extra DNA keys. Oh, that's probably possible. Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't think I've ever used that perk. But what is it? What does the perk read? Does it say it gives more keys? Because if that's the case, that would make sense to me. Yeah, this build is not. It's not working. It might work for a boss, but it's just not working right this second. I'm gonna go back to targeted empowerment here. I'll keep this. I'll go with, like, you know what? I'll just keep it. It'll just be a pure ranged build. We'll see how this works. So it's going to do more damage from ranged. It's going to finish these guys off quicker. I guess you could go high valor too. That could probably work pretty well, since you're not really worried about your range damage. Although I'm not really getting targeted buff too often with this build. Great XP. Oh, yeah, well, that's true, too. Yeah, maybe we can do some harm rooms. I do also want to do a 14 floor with Kamala. Because I would like to get a Jarvis barrier piece on Kamala. The reason being, especially with this grab build, I think a Jarvis barrier piece would actually work out pretty well. Because you can't get interrupted with Jarvis barrier out, at least until it breaks. But that would make it a lot easier to run a pure grab setup, right? So, like, reactive Jarvis barrier specifically. But look, when you're in Embiggen, you can even hold these guys. And then you could just, that's it, you know? So it works out pretty well with this grab build. But I think I'm definitely going to incorporate the raid exotics that have the, or at least what they said has the, what's it, sonic conduit, when you have a sonic status effect, you can send sonic, like, to your teammates. Oh, we got a guy in a wall here somewhere. We must have had a guy go through a floor. Rip. Run the Black Panther harm room. You're saying it's just the best place to get comics in general, but that's what I'm asking is, what comics does it give you?
AIM scientists are fighting AIM forces. They want to defect.
Are those broken as well? No, the comics aren't broken. They're just a very small buff. The reason I'm looking specifically for a Black Panther comic is because it's the only one that's actually, like, busted. It gives more than it should. Oh god, did we lose somebody? I think we lost somebody. I don't mean to keep slamming this guy. I'm trying to actually just squeeze him. I love how they really show each character's powers greatly. It's quite amazing. Each character stands out. Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, if they did anything right in this game, it's the characters, right? Like, they really made the characters, you know, pretty unique, and they all do feel like the character you're expecting. Like, when you're playing Black Panther, you really feel like Black Panther, right? When you're playing Cap, you feel like Cap. When you're playing Thor, you feel like Thor, right? No argument from me there. The champion skills, though, aren't actually broken. There's nothing wrong with the champion skills. They're just so small of bonuses that it's not even worth doing. That's the actual problem. Like, for example, when they say, when, like, one says it gives 3% more, whatever it is, it says, like, 3% melee. It's actually an additive 3% on top of the already however much percent you actually get from like leveling up from everything. So it's really stupid. It's like 3% onto your character as if he was a level 1 character. It's really dumb. But that's it. Yeah, absolutely, Penny. I got you, bro. Good luck on your Wakanda gear. What do you just out of curiosity? What's your next target item, and who you grinding on? Because I have a few more Wakanda pieces I'm looking to get, but I'm not 100% sure exactly what I want to really put in the hours for. If you want Black Panther comics, run the Black Panther training. If you want Hawkeye, run the Hawkeye. No, that's what I'm saying, Broken, is it doesn't, the Black Panther, I've tried that. The Black Panther one does not give you Black Panther comics. The Hawkeye one does. But I can tell you 100% certainty the Black Panther one does not. It doesn't always. Maybe there's a chance it can. But you can run it and get Captain America, Hulk, Avengers. You can get anything. And I don't know about like Widow or the other ones, but Hawkeye is the one that for sure gives Hawkeye. Ibanzi, what's going on? Now I feel dumb. Got this on Xbox. Had no clue the comics did a thing. Yo, that's what I'm here for, bro. Like, if you're a newer player, which if you just got the game off of Game Pass, I assume you are. That's the thing, man. Like, you would never know. Let me actually just switch some stuff up here real quick, and I'm going to switch this to the Vibranium piece that I've been using. This one. Very good. All right, sweet.
That helps, thank you.
Harm Room 5 for Avengers comics? Okay. But what about Black Panther, though? See, I already got the Avengers one. If you need the Avengers one, then do that. I've unfortunately already gotten both the Hawkeye and the Avengers one, so I just need the Black Panther one, and then I'll have all three. You think Spider-Man's gonna have comics? Yeah, I mean, I think so. It's possible. Maybe not. I mean, I don't know. Maybe not, just because of like how he's Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like how he's kind of a separate story, not really a story type of deal. My God, we have fucked this whole thing up.
Beginning infiltration. That helps, thank you. I'm inside AIM security.
Looking for Unicorn Sonic? I hear you, bro.
I've reached AIM security network.
Do-do. Most of my Black Panther comics came from DNHs. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna have to do. That was what I was thinking I had to do, but I was hoping not to have to do that. But it's all good. All good, no problem. Widow Harm Room does drop hers. Okay, well, then yeah, it might just not be Black Panther. The Red Room's coming back pretty soon, right? I'd like to farm Red Room for comics. That would be a good one to farm. Because those comics, none of them are broken, but they all give good stats. They give crit chance, range damage, crit damage. It's all perks you want, all stuff you want. So it's nothing like too crazy, but it'll end up being good. Down to farm, more chance to get comics. Yeah, a buddy of mine actually has a setup. I gotta figure out. I don't have any of that gear, but yeah, a buddy of mine has like setup on an Iron Man where he has double ISO of extra comics, and then the other thing to go along with that is his whole setup is actually tuned for proficiency. Proficiency, actually. So it ends up working out where he can just go... basically, every time he opens a comic, he's looking at 2 comics. So I thought that was a pretty sweet setup. Or every time he opens a chest, he's looking at 2 comics, because the proficiency on your gear actually affects the perk chance of your ISO's chance to drop an extra comic. So that's pretty cool. Yo, Nicholas Richard, what's going on, man? Nice units video, basically maxed out. Bro, good. Good. I hope everyone gets maxed out. I want everyone to know about that. So there you go. Where can I farm targeted buff for Thor? Anywhere, man. Really anywhere. You can get, depends on what element you want. If you want like something like Sonic, you can farm a lot of the Wakanda Here Comes the Pain mission. You get a lot of gear pieces per hour doing that. So you can definitely get a lot of gear. I don't know if I would recommend Sonic for Thor's for targeted buff. I would definitely recommend either like Cosmic or possibly Pym. Those would be the 2 I would recommend more, because he does a lot of shock intrinsically anyway. So you're going to be looking good if you got both elements. But yeah, for just random stuff, I mean, DNA keys, hive missions, just targeted buff, unfortunately, is just a random drop. So just whatever can drop it, just go for that. You know how the new gear infusion will go? Yeah, it's really easy. Basically, if you have a piece you like now and you get a new... That guy just ran right into that fucking thing. Did you guys see that? He legit just ran right into that like he needs a fucking software update. Basically, if you get a piece that has a higher gear score, so from the raid and the OLT, you're going to be able to get higher level pieces, higher than 140. You can obviously either use that gear, or if you want to infuse it, you basically just have to find like the piece of yours that you want to infuse, so your older piece, right? And then you basically put the newer piece into it. Okay, and when you do that, it's going to cost you fragments and upgrade modules, and then it'll essentially just it'll eat the higher level piece, and your older piece will become that light level or that power level. That's really it. It's honestly that simple. So I wouldn't overthink it. It's going to be pretty straightforward, pretty easy. And you're going to have plenty of stuff, especially if you're already leveled up pretty hard, or you're already pretty capped on resources. You're going to have plenty of stuff, and you're not going to be getting gear in such a dramatic fashion that you're going to need to level it up. Like, you can only get levels on the Omega level threat. It's going to be per character, but it's only on the Omega level threat. The raid and the elite raid are going to be the only versions, the only way that you can actually get higher level gear. So it's not like you're going to have so much gear that you're just going to not even know what to do with. You're going to run out of resources. You'll be fine, and everything in the game is going to give you fragments and upgrade modules now. So if you're on the comic book artifact, you'll see silver chests reliably dropping him too. Oh, is that right? Yeah, I know it's not always, but I mean, they're still the only realistic place, right? Targeted buff with Cosmic and Valor is impossible to get. That's pretty hard to get. That's a pretty niche role. Also, you want to make sure that when you say Cosmic, you want to make sure you get ranged power attacks deal Cosmic, and not pinned enemies take Cosmic. Pinned enemies is crap, unfortunately. You don't want that because it's not really going to be effective in a lot of cases. Whereas with Thor, you're probably going to be using your power attack pretty much primarily anyway, because you get the crit, right? You get the guaranteed crit. So I run 2 comic artifacts in the vaults, like 95% in the 500 DA should get at least 1. Yeah, I mean, well, there you go. So 95. I mean, yes, it's very common. It's not 100%, but it's going to happen if you just do it, right?
One of their agents is down. Watch your eyes, everyone! Excellent. Another agent down.
Don't worry, Iron Man, I got him.
Well done. That squad member has been neutralized.
I'm happy I didn't delete Tachyon, bro. You're telling me. Yup.
Another enemy.
I almost, like, I actually did delete a lot of Tachyon gear, just not all of my Tachyon gear. I deleted, like, random stuff, like random heroic pieces that had it. But, like, any of my, like, absolute nut roll things, I actually kept them. I almost deleted them, but I kept them just to say, like, hey, here's a nut roll. I'm not deleting it. Like, this is a thing that, like, I was still really, like, happy to get when I got it, whatever, you know? So, yeah, like, my Hawkeye, I got the fucking stone nut roll on my Hawkeye.
You've dealt another
And there you go.
You're not finished yet.
All right, so let me I'm going to back out for 1 second, boys. Let me do this. How many Let me just get on Iron Man quick. I just want to see how many keys I got. I probably am maxed on keys. I am maxed on keys. So I'm going to run at least a couple of these then. So let me just run a few. I don't want to just... I'm so loaded up on gear right now anyway. I'm just going to run a few of these DNA key chests just to see if I can maybe get lucky with something. And also just for the random... for the comics. Just because I have fucking 99 keys, so... you know. I'm not trying to delete so much stuff here. I would like to see some stuff actually go into... Ooh, what is this? This piece actually ain't bad. I'm going to keep that. These are all crap. This is crap. I'm going to keep this. This is actually pretty good. Targeted empowerment. The problem is, like, you know, then where do you get your damage buff, right? This piece does suck. I got this piece, which is the reactive Jarvis barrier, but it's just the stats are so unbelievably awful that I couldn't keep it. But let's see. So if I go, I'll tell you what really sucks is I don't have the good Vault mission. Ugh. Let me go to Day of the Remains quick. Oh, let me actually set it to, hang on. We set it to Challenge 4. Just ran Harmon 5, got a Thor comic. Yeah, I think, Guillermo, I think it's just random. Right? I think maybe you might get a Black Panther comic, but you also could just get anything, right? Yeah, yeah, exactly, Tech. It's basically Destiny 2's infusion system. Pretty much the same thing.
All right, Hank, what's this about a new mech?
I just run DNA for comics gear is 95% trash. Well, it's 95% trash. The other 5% is good, you know? Yeah, what I'm actually looking for is I need a good, see, I've got some funny pieces here, but I would really like a solid targeted buff missile. If I could get targeted buff with like plasma missiles and then like say an expert spark on the bottom of it, that would be money. Then you could get, you'd get your targeted buff, you'd be on missiles, and then any kills with missiles, which will be pretty much all of them if they're crits, would give you a heroic charge burst. I think that would be a really nice Iron Man piece to have.
Seems like they're everywhere.
Nobody's trying trying to stop them, except us. But you know that's a pretty big us, so I think we've got a chance.
Totally. There they are.
I wish I had a spot for Tachyon Surge on Hulk. Just finished.
How we doing, Hank? Sounds like
Just finished luck boxing all my unicorns. Oh no.
in an old bunker, but
Rip.
are closing in. All right, you all stay back. We'll head in.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see. Because my Hulk is a little. I don't play a lot of Hulk, but I'd be really interested in seeing how he's going to play with some of the new raid gear. I think he's going to benefit from the raid gear pretty well.
Shield cache close to your
It's this tree, right? Or is it this tree?
shield. We're good.
Bro, what? Yo, it's this tree. What the fuck? Where's the thing? Oh, it's this tree. Jeez Louise. Yo, GG's, bro. And yeah, we'll get more games. I just want to do this real quick. Just because I'm capped out and like I definitely just wanna do some of this stuff. But yeah, like you never know. You open like a a bronze or whatever. Like, look, proficient spark. Not the greatest, but could have been something good. Oh, that's what I actually needed was the elite vault. So we're gonna go back to the Quinjet. And that should have been the snowy tundra. If it wasn't, I'll reload, but yeah, it is. There we go. All right. I'm gonna do this challenge 4. Now the one other thing that they're taking away is you're not gonna be able to get upgrade modules from the DNA key chest. That is currently the fastest way to get upgrade modules, so definitely make sure you run your DNA keys on challenge 4 to get yourself up to 999 before it goes away.
AIM appears to be in the area, likely seeking the same thing. Find the vault and recover its
But yeah, past that, I mean, it is what it is, right? Yo, Kenyatta Funches. Yo, man, I never see you on Twitch anymore. Yo, Kenyatta. It is because we are not on Twitch anymore. I have made the decision that I will not be streaming on Twitch in the foreseeable future. I am looking into ways to do like a multi-stream where, it can just shoot out to both. But primarily, we will be exclusively on YouTube. It's just easier. It's just easier since 90% of my content comes on YouTube anyway in the form of videos. So I would rather just, if you, I don't want to, it just gets awkward when you're like, oh, follow on Twitch, follow on YouTube, whatever. It's just easier to say like, hey, if you follow on YouTube or if you sub on YouTube, you get everything. You can see it all, and to me, that's just easier. And I'm just going to keep it that way. And it's also just easier to, with subscribers and to just have it all managed in one place. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. It doesn't tell you what comic you found, though. That's kind of interesting, right? Nornstone of Cosmic Nullification. You do get fucking bombarded with blues, huh? That is pretty nuts. Yo, Captain Bishop. Yo, I love the emotes. Captain Bishop, how are you? Do you recommend a melee or ranged build for Kate and OLT? I recommend ranged. No question. Especially for Kate. Melee Kate is a fun build. It's a fun, she's a very Devil May Cry setup, but I would not recommend it for endgame content. I'm sure it could work. And like I said, of course, obviously we don't know what, the raid is going to really consist of yet, of course, right? So it's possible, but I would definitely try to get comfortable with the raid first before you start experimenting. And with that said, I would definitely recommend, a more consistent build, I'll say. Adept buff. See, Adept buff can be good, but it's not good enough. Yo, RP, have I already thought of a build for Spider-Man? Yeah, ranged. That's my build, ranged Spider-Man. Yeah, no, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I'm really excited to see how he plays. I hope that he's a good melee character, but obviously, you know, that's definitely the melee in general is not as strong, right? So we'll have to see how that's going to work. Whoa, whoa, everybody, calm it down. Your boy is just trying to get this chest. Are the plans and changes to help Melee this month? Well, it's part of the loot update. I mean, they're not doing too much directly to Melee, but they have said that a lot of the new hero-specific perks are going to be really beneficial to Melee. So hope that, it's tough, right? Because they obviously can't just friggin' go crazy and just give it everything, right? Because they don't want to overdo it. They said it's definitely a kind of slow churn where they're just trying to get, tune it just a little bit, see if it's good now, and then if it's not, they might buff it more. Things like that, right? Whoa, my screen got super noir real fast.
There, up ahead.
But we'll see. We'll see what that means, right? I mean, it's hard to say exactly what that means. I think there might be a lot of hero specific perks that give major bonuses to Melee that will make it worth it. So we'll see. Oh, Nornstone of Endless Bounty is actually one that's probably good for this. Additional rewards from any strongbox. I mean, I guess that's better than nothing. Didn't get a good range piece, though. All right, let's run one more of those. What about Cap? Thinking more melee for Cap, but his range can be really good. And Torn. Yeah, Cap can play both ways. I think it's hard to go wrong with the Infinite Brooklyn Brawler for Cap. So, I mean, that might be a very good, steady option, right? But definitely his ranged is nothing to fuck around with. So you might be okay doing like a ranged power attack damage if you have like proficient buff, damage buff on power attacks, and then you have maybe if you can get cosmic, I guess that would work pretty good. I would definitely still recommend a warm effect for the ranged, and then you could just kind of go crazy like that. I think that'll work really well. Or if, like I said, if you're gonna go melee, you could do what I do and do an Infinite Brooklyn Brawler, but as a tank. It works out really well. It's basically just a tanky Captain America, but you still use the Infinite Brooklyn Brawler. You can still do, as long as you have damage buff, you can still do a very reliable amount of damage in Brooklyn Brawler. But really, where the power comes in is just the takedowns, right? Anyone who's below health, you just take them down. So it's almost better because a lot of times if you have too much damage, you end up killing guys too quickly. They never get into that sweet spot to be able to do a takedown on them, right? So
Proceed to the designated location. Look for a chest with gear near.
what's my favorite major artifact? I like the Ring of Nebelung. I think it's the best overall artifact in the game. And I think it's only going to get better in the raid because right now people really only use that if they generate their own orbs. But I think when the raid comes out, there's going to be a lot of people, playing characters that generate a lot of orbs for the team. So like even if you're playing someone like Thor, who doesn't generate his own orbs, if you're playing on a team where you've got like a Brooklyn Brawler Captain America, obviously if you're Thor, being able to get your God Blast back, your Bifrost back, your Warrior's Fury back very quickly is valuable for Thor as well. So I think for team play, the ring is going to show as one of the better pieces. I think you can mark my words on that one. That the ring will see more play on characters that don't normally use it anyway. Don't like how hard the major artifact is. The OLT is. Oh, jeez, did I get it? When playing certain heroes, even with good builds. Yeah, I mean, it can be rough. Oh, there's another endless bounty. Does additional rewards from any strongbox count as... Do comics count for that, or is it just gear? Is there a specific additional perk line for comics? I'll be honest, I'm fairly new to comic farming, so I don't know all the ins and outs. Is there one that specifically says, like, better chance to get a comic? Black Widow or Captain America in generating orbs. Those are the number 1 and number 2. Those are the 2 best for generating orbs. As far as who's better, I mean, if you put a gun to my head, I'd probably say Widow, just because she doesn't need as many of her own orbs. And she's a little less dependent. Like Captain America, you have to be doing takedowns, which is fine. But Widow, you can just shoot down drones, and each one of them is an orb. You know, so it's a little more just general versus something a little specific like Cap. But, I mean, they're both insane.
There, up ahead.
All right. I think that's good for now on those. How do you think these shipments are going to look? I think the shipments are going to be, I mean, it's going to look like a loot box, right? You're going to see a shipment and you're going to be able to preview. You could probably look in and see all the different things that it's going to get. It's going to give you, there's going to be like one major premium costume, right? That can only be given in the shipments. And then it's going to have a ton of other stuff. It's going to have takedowns. It's going to have nameplates. It's going to have emotes. It's going to have skins. And it's like who knows what, you know? So, all right, I'm going to switch back to Kamala. I do just want to do one more Last Avengers Standing. And then we'll go from there. I know this unfortunately is a solo mission. I apologize. But I'd like to try to see if I can just get something good for Kamala. And this will go pretty quick because I'm going to cheat. I'm gonna be a cheater and do the cheat that you can do to cheat with Kamala. But I am going to go double this and then...
All our efforts against AIM have led us
You know, I go back and forth on this one anyway. But I'm going to go with the Wallen Big End. 35% chance to create a heroic orb. Nornstone is for the comic books. Okay. Equip the Bountiful or a second comic artifact to drop multiple in DNA. Yeah, okay. That'll have to be the grind then. Maybe I'll have to do that on Spider-Man then because I definitely want to save a lot of my comic book or my keys for Spider-Man. So I'll still have 999. And then we'll go from there and see what's up. No Way Home trailer Tuesday. Yes, I heard, and I saw there were actually some screenshots. Not the ones from like 2 weeks ago. Like there was some new ones like today. That showed like some of the other villains close up. So pretty interesting stuff there if you haven't seen that. Or, I mean, if you don't want to see it, obviously don't. But if you do, pretty cool. Oh. Will MCU suits be in the shipments? I don't know. I do not know. I don't... If I had to guess, I would say no. But... You never know. And there's going to be a lot of different types of shipments, right? And so you just want to make sure, if you haven't seen my video how to get the up as many units as you can get, definitely go check that one out. get yourself. A lot of people in chat have already gotten themselves up to 999, basically a million units, and then having patterns to spare. So definitely try to do that if you can. You'll have to replay a decent chunk of the story to get yourself there, but it's worth doing before the shipments come out.
All elevators have been accessed.
What do you think Spider-Man's intrinsic will be? I think it'll be Spider Sense. I think it'll either be... I don't think it'll be his webbing. I think the webbing's going to be infinite. I'm going to say it's the Spider Sense. I'm going to say it's something like maybe he can like auto dodge. I think he's going to be a fairly defensive character. I think it'd be interesting to say like while he's holding it, you can auto dodge all yellow attacks, right? And he just will never, he'll just never get hit by a yellow attack. I think that would be a cool intrinsic. That could lend to some really cool builds, especially if you do. Oh, I didn't do the fucking infinite. I'm stupid. I was too busy talking. My bad. My bad, boys. We'll get it right now. Actually, let me, since it's a defeat all targets, let me just do it. We'll get enough. We'll get enough orbs to get it anyway. You think you're a fucking funny guy?
You're not taking me down, Avenger.
These exos out of my face. Oh no! I dropped him.
My armor is too strong.
Here's a question. Are you guys, when the game on the 30th, the day of the 30th, you log in, you download the update, you log in. Are you guys playing Spider-Man first, or are you guys going to try to jump into the raid as soon as possible? What's your thought? What's your priority there? I can tell you for me, which I will be streaming, I will be doing a raid as soon as possible. I'll be doing a raid pretty much as soon as I can load into the game. I will try to do the raid. I'm trying to be one of the first to do the raid. So definitely gonna try to get that done ASAP. And then once I do, I'm not gonna try to do it a million times, but once I do it once, I will then level up Spider-Man. Obviously, if you're on Xbox, the choice is made for you, unfortunately, but... Okay. It's going to be like Clint's, right? You hold it to dodge, hope he doesn't get some of the dodge and redirect damage. You won't get to use them. I love Spidey. I want him to be good. Yeah, I mean... We'll see. It might be similar to like Black Panther's. Like Black Panther can dodge, or he can like block any yellows, right? That way you can use him in the raid. Yo, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be it, Theo. That's gonna be it. We're gonna go. Here's gonna be the order of business. We're gonna go raid, and then we're gonna go Spider-Man. Level him up to 150, and then we're gonna go raid with Spider-Man. And I'm gonna show off some Spider-Man. Some Spider-Man raid exotics. We'll see how that goes. Xbox PC players having choice. Rip. Taking my big dogs into the raid. There you go, brother. That's the way to do it. I'm for the raid first. I come from, you know, I have a lot of experience with Destiny. So I know I bring up Destiny all the time in comparison to this game, and I know it's obviously way different. But yeah, I mean, for me, it's all about the raid, man. Like raiding first, getting a raid done, all this stuff. You know, definitely that's what I want to do. Spider-Man, I'm super excited for. I cannot wait to get in as him, but the very first thing I do when I log in is getting into that raid and hoping that it's absolutely awesome and trying to figure out these puzzles, right? Because you're gonna be getting into this raid and you're not gonna I want to do it blind, right? So if I do it right when it launches, I won't get any spoilers. There won't be any YouTube videos how to do this, how to do that. I'll be going in pretty blind as to what to do, you know. Infinite Kamala. Yo, yeah, so this is the move. So you basically go infinite, you go Kamala into the elevator, and then you just keep spamming square like that. It does also work on other consoles. You just have to fill up the bar like a tenth of the way and then let it go. Basically just so the animation changes. Every time it does, it adds about 15 seconds to her embiggen, and it just stays up. So here I go, 40 minutes of embiggen, and I'm good to go. I'm on Xbox. Yes, I'm salty. Even though we got the game free, they better have something good like 10 times XP. 10 times XP? That's a lot of XP.
That power core is finished.
Listen, I'd be about 10 times XP. I mean, unfortunately, I don't think they're going to do anything like specific for Xbox. Xbox has the added benefit of crossplay to an extent. If you're on PC Xbox, you can play, or if you're on Game Pass for PC, you can play with Game Pass on Xbox. So that's a pretty nice thing to have as well. It's probably not as big as its own character, but if you take advantage of it, that's definitely a cool thing to have.
Power core down.
I mean, yeah, here's the thing. I would have not even really cared about Spider-Man, to be honest. Like my preferred platform would have been PC. I actually do still own the game on PC. I played on PC when it first came out for probably 4 or 5 months. No, not 4 or 5 months. 2 or 3 months, maybe 2 months. And you know, it was great. I loved playing the game on PC. My thing was like, fuck Spider-Man, because I thought we were going to get a character a month back before launch, right? If we got a character a month, I would still be playing on PC and I wouldn't really care too much about Spider-Man. But obviously, with that not being the case, it makes sense, especially as a content creator, to play on PlayStation. So I did have to re-level everything on PlayStation from PC. I had to start basically a fresh account, which was a little annoying, but I knew what I was getting into.
These enemies must be defeated.
Just need kinetic sonic daggers with damage buff. Yeah, that's something you can get. That is a thing that works. That's definitely a very specific piece. So yeah, I mean, you're going to be searching for a while for that one. But it's possible. It's not impossible. And you see, here's the thing with this Infinite Kamala. Here's the thing. If there's an elevator in the raid, Kamala will be GG. GG to the G. And I'm sure there will be some form of fucking elevator, right?
The enemies have been defeated.
So hopefully with the Spider-Man event. Yo, Somnus, I agree with you 100%. I do hope that like less characters have Black Panther size expansions and more characters have Spider-Man level just events, you know? I think that would be sweet.
$10
They gave Xbox players the Disney Plus pack. Oh, there you go. You get the nameplate, dude. That's insane. That's nuts.
Head for the location on your HUD.
You thought it'd be Venom? Yeah, that would have been a stretch. Venom would be one of the cooler characters. If you could pick any like villain to be a hero in this game, Venom would be one of the higher choices amongst the community, right? It would be usually whenever you talk about like playing as a villain, obviously names like Magneto, Doctor Doom, those ones come up often. Loki would be sweet. But yeah, I think Venom would be a sweet one as well.
These must be defeated.
Just got him with the defense buff. Ooh, brutal. Got to keep going, man.
And boom!
You always keep going.
Hulkbuster! The enemies have been
You're doing it. Oh, and you're doing it on Black Panther, so that's a bit of an annoying run. Any of the non-flyers, it's pretty rough. See, I was farming on Iron Man. It was not too bad because you just fly around, you know. Yo, Vinicius, I hope I'm saying that right. After they fix Tachyon Surge, is it better to have targeted buff or the Tachyon Surge one? It's better to have targeted buff. Unless, I mean, it depends. So let me rephrase. It's better to have damage buff. Damage buff is the more important buff. Tachyon, you should only really be going for Tachyon Surge if you've already got damage buff very easily. If you have damage buff coming from a different perk, maybe you have damage buff on your chest or on your heroic piece, as long as you can consistently get damage buff, then by all means go for a targeted Tachyon Surge on your ranged piece. Just as long as, if you have to make the choice between the two, go with damage buff. It's the more important one.
every member of the elite.
Cable? Is Cable really a bad guy, though? I guess he is. He's more of an anti-hero, right?
One of their agents is down. Excellent. Another agent down.
Yo, this fucking Adaptoid better shut the fuck up. Yo, Iron Man's just lasering his face off. Look at that. Did you see that? That a boy, Iron Man. Oh, that's right. Echoes. Yeah, echoes are a new enemy type, right? We'll see how those come out. That'll be interesting. I'm sure it'll be nothing. I'm sure it'll just be like whatever. More guys you just blow away with God Blast, right? Fantastic Four skins for Kamala, Widow, Hulk, and Iron Man. That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be sweet. Or they'll do the bag Spider-Man, the bag on the head with the Fantastic Four. How come you don't have another outfit on for Ms. Marvel? I like this outfit. I like the all black for Ms. Marvel. I think this is one of her better outfits. I don't actually own a lot of good outfits for Ms. Marvel. This is probably my favorite that I do own. The other one that I have that I like is just this one. I think this is a pretty sweet one as well, but I don't use this one all the time. I think just the all black stitched suit is it's a classy look. The only other one I would really like is this one right here. I think this one's really sweet, but I'm not trying to like get another Ms. Marvel suit right now with Spider-Man right around the corner, you know. Yo, Ams, what's going on, Ams Nick? Welcome, brother. Says late in England, but wouldn't miss a stream for nothing. Yo, I appreciate it, dude. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? How are things across the pond? And by late, it's probably early. It's what is it now? It must be like 3 a.m. there, maybe 2 a.m. Almost time for your bangers and mash, right? Here's a question. A full English breakfast, is that actually good? I know that's like a schnozzy question, but like I always see like pictures of like a full English, and honestly, like as a breakfast guy, like I love a good breakfast. It honestly doesn't look great, and I don't mean to be insulting when I say that, but like some of the stuff that comes with it, like I don't like beans. I don't like baked beans like that. The black pudding looks bad. Um, and then the bangers look good. Eggs are eggs, right? So very, very cold. Oh no. Yeah, I'm in New England area, so it's pretty chilly here. Right now it's about 40 degrees. So not super cold, but like not hot, right? Make an X-Men game? Yo, that would be sweet. Well, they're making Insomniac's making that Wolverine game. That would be sweet. I wouldn't expect like a full X-Men game from that. That seems like it's going to be like a Logan type deal where it's like you pretty much it's just like the story of Logan. So I don't expect to see too many like X-Men characters in suit, you know what I mean, in full outfit doing their thing. I think it's going to be more of just like literally Logan out on his own doing things, right? But you never know. My favorite MCU Black Widow MCU skin is a snowsuit. Yeah, that's the white one, right? The one from the Widow movie. That's the one I use for Black Widow. I don't like the Endgame suit for her. I don't think it's not that it's not accurate. It's just I don't think it's very good. Same with Hulk. Hulk has that Endgame suit. You know the one where it's like a jumpsuit. It's like people are like, "Oh, it's so accurate." It's like, yeah, it's accurate, but it's not good. Like he wore that suit for like 1 second when he did the snap, and then you hardly saw him on screen again. I wouldn't consider that a very iconic outfit, you know? It's like, yeah, I guess it was technically what he was wearing in the movie. It's like, let me put on my fucking lab coat to do this experiment. Full English is very good, especially after a drunken night out. Okay, well, there you go. Yeah, unfortunately, there's not really a place around here that does a full English. You would think that, like, there'd be places, and I mean, I'm sure there are at some places, but in my neck of the woods, there's really not, like, a breakfast spot that specifically has a full English as a special just because, you know? I guess maybe I'll check out some, like, very specific areas, but for the most part, anywhere around here, if you're serving up an egg, you're just a spa, you know? You're just like,
Sending them pickup coordinates so they can evacuate.
it's just eggs, omelets. I love me some French toast and pancakes. Gotta have some bacon. Gotta have some pulled, what is it? Pork belly. You hyped about X-Men 97? Yo, X-Men 97 is going to be awesome. That's probably going to be the best show of all of them. Absolutely. That's going to be super sweet.
Head for the location.
Can you see them adding a damage buff perk to minor artifacts? I think it's possible. I think anything is possible. I think they're a little hesitant to do anything new with damage buff right now. Just because they know, they're not stupid, right? They know that damage buff is the best perk in the game. So they've straight up come out and said, like, we understand that it's a challenge for us to make, like, damage buff is so good, they don't want to just nerf it because people will not be happy with that. But they're trying to make other perks that can compete with it. So you could actually look and say, oh, maybe we don't need damage buff because we're going to be using this status leak perk, or we're going to use Sonic Conduit and be a support build, you know, like. So I think they're not going to go too crazy putting new things out there for damage buff. I think you're going to see other perks before you see any type of easier ways to get damage buff. I think they're trying to, I don't want to say phase it out, but they're trying to give you different options so that you don't always default to using damage buff. So because of that, definitely just don't expect too much more damage buff coming on pieces in the future. Breakfast smells hit different in the morning. Yeah, for sure, man. Like to me, like I'm a big like brunch guy. And it's funny because I don't even, when I say brunch, I don't even do brunch. I don't even like brunch because you can get lunch, because I never get lunch at brunch. I just like eating breakfast around lunchtime. So that's why I'm a brunch guy. Don't worry, boys. We still have 29 minutes on our embiggen. See, I mean, if you can go infinite embiggen in the raid, it's going to really trivialize a lot of things. So I'll be definitely be on the lookout. I might even bring Kamala the first time. Just because if there is an elevator, like, even in the very beginning, it's fucking over, right? Like, what are you going to do? What do you want them to do with gear? I mean, that's a pretty loaded question, right? I mean, they could do a lot of things. I think we already know what they're doing. I have a video coming out tomorrow breaking down what they covered in the dev stream as far as the raid gear perks that are coming out. So there's definitely a couple of new perks that play very differently and are definitely built for like a team play environment. So I'm really excited to see like more perks like that where like you can actually, you know, build, like right now, obviously there is such thing as a support build, right? It's mostly Ms. Marvel, maybe a little bit of like Hawkeye, you know, who's also a powerhouse, but Black Widow, Captain America, like as supports or tanks. But like there's going to be perks that like directly affect your team, you know? They're putting in new perks in the game that will directly say like your teammate gets this buff, right? So I would like to see more perks like that. That way we can actually have something different to do, right? You can literally say like I'm using all of the perks that benefit teammates, and then you'll be the guy, right? You'll be the bona fide support guy, and then you'll be looking good, right? So I would like to see more of that. I don't think you need to overload on that because obviously that's still just going to be one part of the game. Right, it's not like every single character needs a million support pieces. You're still going to have the characters who are just going to go crazy on the damage buffs and Tachyon Surge and all that, and that's fine. Like you're going to have your DPS, you're going to have your support, things like that. Like there's, for example, one of the new perks called Sonic Conduit basically says whenever you can have ascending and receiving. If you're using ascending Sonic Conduit, what that means is while you're in a Sonic field, like while you're near an enemy that has Sonic, you send that buff, the recharge, you send that to your teammates wherever they are on the map. They start recharging too. That's insane, right? Like I definitely want that on this Kamala, right? Oh no, did it get rid of my embiggen? It got rid of my full embiggen. Dang it. But you can see here, right? Like, while I'm squeezing these guys, I'm always in Sonic. It would be great to send this buff over to teammates as well, right? That would just be a good thing to have on this Kamala, right? Because I'm always going to be in this. So that's that. Same thing with, like, my Sonic Iron Man that I play, right? Same idea. How do you get infinite embiggen? Yeah, so I actually did it at the start of this, and it just went away. So I'm going to have to do it again pretty soon anyway. But it's basically once you go to an elevator while embiggened, and then you just spam the square button, or whatever button it is to activate the elevator on your console. And every time you do it, it'll add about 15 seconds to your embiggen timer. So it can go up to however long. Yo, ISO Storm Gamer. Thank you so much for the new subscription. Welcome to the Cereal Bowl. Appreciate it, brother. Yo, appreciate you guys hanging out. And if you haven't already, definitely be sure to hit that sub button. It is completely free. Great way to support the channel, and I really appreciate it. And you'll get to see all of my new videos. You'll be alerted when these new videos come out. I got plenty of new content coming, especially new perks, raid guides, all that good stuff. And we're going to be streaming exclusively on YouTube now. No more Twitch. So this is the spot to follow. Definitely go ahead and do that if you haven't already. And you know, honestly, at this point, you're in too deep. If you're already watching, you're already in too deep. So you might as well just sub. If you follow Avengers, this is the channel to sub to. Yo, they never patched the embiggen glitch. They never, and we're not going to talk about it at all. Okay? Just so we're all clear on who's talking about what here. It's not a thing that we talk about in this chat.
Excellent. Turbine destroyed.
Oh, can I grab him? I can't grab him. Oh, I got him. And look at this. We're already back. Am I using the... Oh, I'm not using this. Oh, get the fuck out of here. Actually, it's probably okay. Because I think I did still... I did want easier damage buff because I don't have a really reliable way to get damage buff on this guy. On this guy being Kamala. So I think that's okay. But there we go. We're already back to embiggened. Oh, and we leveled up, so there we go. Been invested in this game so long since the days of the beta, bro. Same. You're telling me, brother, man. It's crazy. Hey, I think, I'll be honest, man. I think this new update with the raid, it's what the game needed. The game, like, if you look back historically, what... Oh, I haven't destroyed the turbine. I'm a fucking idiot. If you look back historically, like, what is the one thing that people always said? The game has no end game, right? Oh, God. I'm, like, weirdly locked onto something else. People always complain, oh, the game's got no end game. There's nothing to do, whatever, right? Which, they weren't wrong. Like, the game struggled with end game content. You kind of had nothing to do. Well, guess what? Now we got something to do. Right? How is that not the most important update? Yo, Brandon, thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome to the Cereal Bowl. So here's the Infinite Embiggen, right? It has to be in an elevator. You go as Embiggened, and basically you do it just enough to where it actually kind of shrinks you down. So you see I'm filling this thing up maybe 15% of the bar, right? And that's it. Where's the sound to the game? Oh. It should be on. I might have it a little too low. There you go. That's probably coming through a little better. I like to try to find a balance where the game audio is just a very light ambiance behind me. I don't want to try to be talking over the game. Did they tease Ultron? Yes, they did tease Ultron. Sorry, yes. Yeah, Ultron would be sweet. He would have to be like a raid level, right? It has to be a raid for Ultron. There's no way that you can only do just like a villain sector. He's a big enough threat. But yeah, I think we're going to see Ultron soon. I think we're going to see the Kree War with Ms. Marvel in 22. I think those are going to be the two major releases. And then in addition to that, we might see hero events for other, you know, She-Hulk and Winter Soldier. But we'll see. We shall see. And maybe War Machine, too. I would like War Machine. War Machine's a sweet character. Unfortunately, they kind of built Iron Man to be like a weird War Machine anyway. Really, I would have wished Iron Man was more laser-focused. And then they could have built War Machine to be more like missiles. But, I mean, you know, he can also have machine guns and things like that. Yo, Brandon, same, bro. We're all just waiting. We cannot wait. Unfortunately, it comes out literally, which I'll be streaming anyway during the War Table. We'll do a stream reaction, all that good stuff. They're going to show gameplay literally a day before, which that always kills me. But it is what it is, right? I think that's kind of silly. Like, why are you going to show gameplay a day before? Like, show it a week before, you know? I guess you could say Ultron is an Avengers-level threat. Well, I guess you could say that.
Every member of the elite team must be defeated.
I think that would be a fair assessment.
One of their agents is down.
I think the rumor has it that Loki's going to actually be a playable character. How interesting would that be? That's like rumor. That's like serious rumor, and it's not completely baseless, because he's actually teased by Zavawati in Wakanda, right? Zavawati, the Elder, actually, when you walk in there, sometimes he talks to you as if you're Loki, And it's funny because people were like, "Oh, it's a glitch," and then of course the devs were like, "Oh, it's actually intentional." And it's like, first of all, that's not intentional, and if it is, that's dumb. But regardless, long story short, there are intentional voice lines for someone talking to Loki as if he's a friendly NPC or a friendly player character in the game, quote unquote intentional by the devs. So it's not unrealistic to think that Loki could be a playable character. How long after Disney Plus Hawkeye do you think it will take for his and Kate's skin to be added? I think like right away. I think they're definitely on board with if they're up to tune with anything, it's skins, because skins make the money, right? So if there's any like one thing that they're definitely going to be on board with getting up and out the door as hard and fast as possible, it's going to be skins. Still wishing for Wanda. Yeah, I mean, Wanda will be great. I would love to see Wanda. Even if it make every subsequent hero a hero event, they would still space them out every 3 months. Yeah, I mean, but I mean, at least we'd get them, right? I mean, honestly, I mean, I wouldn't expect more than 3 heroes a year anyway, which is pretty much what we got this year. Well, it's definitely what we got this year, at least for PlayStation. So, I mean, if we get another hero, you know, in, say, March of next year, and then after that we got a hero in, you know, August, and then another one in December of next year. I mean, that wouldn't be the most unrealistic timeline. That would be a pretty... I mean, obviously, we always want more, right? But I think that would be reasonable. It definitely wouldn't be, like, so shitty. But the thing is, you have to have something to do in between, right? And I think that's what the raid is for, right? Aside from characters, if they can release the raid, if they can release more Omega level threats, new gear for us to chase, like, there'll still be reasons to play in between character launches, right? There just needs to be a reason to turn the game on, regardless of what characters are in the game. If they just added characters and didn't add any more content, no one would be playing anyway. Like, if Spider-Man was just another campaign... If Spider-Man was just another campaign and no Endgame came with him, it would be the same as Black Panther. People would come in, they say, wow, that campaign was fun. No one would ever play it again. Excuse me. And then you'd be playing the same game for another 6 months, right? No one wants that. How good do you think Captain Marvel would be? I think she's going to be pretty good. I think I mean, they'll find a way to make her balanced. I think she'll probably be one of the better characters in the sense that, like, Thor is, you know, up there. So she'll definitely be strong. I think she's going to be the first character to do cosmic damage intrinsically, right? So, like, obviously a lot of characters do, like, shock or gamma or, you know, whatever other element they do. I think she's going to be the only one to do cosmic, which would make sense. She's obviously going to fly. I think she's going to be a strong... I mean, she's definitely going to have melee attacks. She's definitely going to have ranged beams, right? So, yeah. I think it'd be sweet. How do you grab with Ms. Marvel? Yo, down south Georgia boy, it's really easy. You just, you ADS and you just hold down R2. So when you hold it down, that's what does the grab. It doesn't work. You have to do it on a non-shielded enemy, so you have to get the shield off of them first. But then you do that, and then if you just keep pressing square, it can hold them forever. There you go. So you see that? Bada bing, bada boom. Unfortunately, you can't grab these guys, obviously, but you still fuck them up. Wanda has been leaked and mentioned. Yeah, same thing. Wanda's been mentioned as well by the Elder. She's been in the data files as like a leak, but also mentioned by the, again, that Zavardi, whatever, the Wakandan Elder. That if you walk in, it'll literally say, like, oh, Wanda, I've been meaning to talk to you. Like, what do I owe the pleasure? As if you walked in with Wanda, right? Like, that's a voice line you would get if you walked in with Wanda as your character. So really interesting that they have stuff like that. Like I said, same thing with Doctor Strange, and same thing with Loki. Also voice lines. So, and they, like I said, they said it's intentional, which is stupid, because why would you put intentional miss voice lines? But that's neither here nor there. The point is that they are hinting to these characters being real characters. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that they'll be in the game at some point. We just have no idea when.
We have reached the hive final.
I do hope that they're a little more transparent with the 2022 roadmap. They did say that the next roadmap will be for the entire year of 2022. So
On alert.
hopefully we get more like, you know, more like detail around what's coming next versus just like the nothing that we normally get. Because I mean, right now we get nothing, right? If they, even if it was just something very basic, like if they just said like, oh hey, you know, there's going to be this character coming in sometime in the summer, and this character sometime in the fall, right? Like we don't need major details, but I would like to see like a really far ahead roadmap. Like just tell us what you're working on, bro. Like we want to know. We just want to know what you're working on. And I don't think it needs to be a freaking mystery. I know they like to be very like close to chest with that stuff, but I can understand that a lot of that's kind of just their corporate shtick, right? But they don't have to be, man. They could just tell us, what are we gonna do? Like we're gonna be mad or something? Like would you guys really be mad if they said, hey, Loki's coming in summer of 2022? Like okay, like oh you motherfuckers, like you fucking bastards, how dare you spoil that? It's like, dude, just tell us. And I get that, like, a lot of decisions go into, like, release schedules and things like that, which is fine. But, like, just give us like, something. That's why it should just, even if they're just going to give it, like, a very generic kind of, hey, this is coming, something coming in summer, right? Like, oh, like, Ultron event, and then, you know, guess the hero. Like, who knows? Probably Vision. Also, like, not every big event needs a hero, right? It would be sweet if they just did an Ultron event. Like, they don't have to launch a villain or launch a hero with... If they said Ultron's coming out, it's going to be an Ultron raid, fucking, oh my god, blah, 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 like, big Ultron event. Like, you don't need a character. You could maybe have Vision, right?
Well done, Avengers.
But, you know, it is what it is.
I would high-five you were it not a digital
Oh,
construct.
we could have gotten a Jarvis barrier. It's possible. We did. Is it good? Oh, parrying? No! No! Crystal Dynamics just announced they'll be releasing Venom exclusive. Yeah, right, imagine. That'd be funny. They should add more villains. We don't even have to come... with heroes. Also, it sucks that Spidey doesn't come with any villains. Yeah, I mean, well, they did say the Claw Raid. I mean, I think we're going to get a number of villains in the Claw Raid. I think Crossbones is going to be in there. There is going to be a brand new mini boss, completely unique, completely not from anywhere else in the game, unique to the raid. And then, of course, Claw himself will be a new version of Claw. It's not going to be the one you fought from the campaign. It's going to be a different, massive version of Claw. So we'll see how that goes. All right, boys. Yo, I think we're going to call the stream for the night. We've been live about 3.5 hours. Yo, but this was fun. I appreciate everyone hanging out. We had some good games. Definitely, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button. And be sure to subscribe if you're not already part of the channel. Definitely a lot more videos coming out, especially when the update comes out. I'm going to be streaming still at least once a week, at least. Probably, you know, maybe more. And then especially when the raid comes out, might ramp that up a little bit, you know, at least right in the first few days. But yeah, that's it, boys. Yo, thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Stay easy. Good luck on the RNG, all that good stuff. And, and join the Discord as well if you haven't joined the Discord yet. Hold on, I'll put it in the chat. Definitely hit up the Discord. I'm definitely going to get an LFG going in the Discord. So definitely get in there if you haven't already. And, yeah, hopefully we can get more people you know, all chatting. I'm always in the Discord. It's basically chat outside of chat. So if you ever want to talk to me, you have questions, all that good stuff, then definitely just get in Discord. I'm always chatting in there. Excited to watch your future streams. If it includes Spider-Man, I'm out. Yo, if I'm streaming and it's past and it's November 30th or beyond, you will see Spider-Man. I'm sorry. I hate to do it to you if you're on Xbox, but I gotta. I have to. All right, guys, take it easy. I am out. Good luck in RNG. Be easy. And